Oh, ladies and gentlemen, do you see that thumbnail? I know it's not a waifu up in there. Wait, is there? No, it's two dudes. But I tried. Oh, my body. It's fucked up because, again, oh my god, that's loud. So loud. Chill out. Chill out. Stop. I'm deaf. Where's the damn... This. Volume mixer. Oh, there we go. Too much. Too loud. Ooh, it's downloading. Must be the hot patch. Shit. Well, we wait, as we tend to do. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how are you this fine Thursday? It's weird now that we streamed on Wednesday. It feels like today is Saturday. Saturday? No, Friday. Friday is usually the second day. But yes, also, I did it. I locked in with that chair I showed you guys yesterday. We'll see if it's good. I looked over the reviews. Apparently it's good. But it's going to be here on Sunday, so I don't get to show it off to you yet, which is shitty. Also, Amazon's been on some steroid-like shit recently. I remember when you bought something from Amazon for a while there, it was like post-COVID stuff. It took like a hot minute for you to get your shit, and now it's just like day one, it's like instantly. Like, I haven't had an Amazon package not be like next week at the latest, you know, which is wild. I don't know what's happened, if they've like just got robots up in there now or something, I don't know. Probably forcing their people to work even longer hours for less, something horrible. But yeah, gang, today we are going to be jumping into Wuthering Waves, and by God, is there a new bunch of stuff. Also, oh, I forgot, we probably will do that today as well. I've done a little bit of the one girl's quest line, which, by the way, holy shit, the like cutie patootie artist lady is so fucking charming. It's also hilarious to have contrasts of like John Doe, who's like sexy and mysterious and provocative, and then there's like the most cute, wholesome artist girl who's just so sweet and kind, and it's just like, yeah, it's tough. I mean, if she was like DPS, I might have to get her because the story. By the way, Wuthering Waves, when it comes to story, I don't know if you guys are like, I mean, it could just be different people's preference, but holy shit, do I love the story in Wuthering Waves. Like the character stuff. Again, my only complaint is always that they kind of ramble a little bit long. Like I don't love dialogue heavy. Like I like dialogue heavy. I just don't like when they're recounting shit that like we already know. It's like one of the biggest things in storytelling is like anything that you don't need, get rid of it. Like anything that's like you recounting something again, find a way around that you don't need to actually like constantly tread old ground. Does that make any sense? But what's good, Bolty? What's good, Seb? How is everyone this fine Thursday? We also have a lot of shit to check out besides me finishing up the quest probably. When it comes to Wuthering Waves, we have a bunch of new events, and we have that quest, which is the quest we should prioritize, because yes, but we'll level it off. But the point is this dude is now arrived. We apparently have to, like, wait enough, I think, to be able to get him, but we are getting a free copy of a 5-star character. We'll see if he's good enough, or if he's awful. 20 days to complete this, 17 days to complete this, 1 day to complete this. We need to get our fucking ass cooking when it comes to that. And yes, I think he's there. Am I insane? Am I full of my own bullshit thing? Where's Resonator skill? That one. Is he here? Oh, never mind. I thought he was here. He's not here yet. Oh. Well. Shit. He's tomorrow. Oh. I should have made tomorrow's stream. God damn. Well, no, it wouldn't have been tomorrow. It would have been tomorrow with some change. So maybe we'll do this. We'll do Sunday. It's not that bad. We're like a couple hours late. I still think it'll make... Okay. That's not the worst. It'll be Saturday. Okay. It's not the worst. Also, update, by the way. All I've spent is Welkin. We have 15K. I have not done that much story at all. I've done like 2 side quests. I got 15K and 17 wishes. So, not a lot of weapon banner upgrades, though. Or special thing. But that's great. Seb says, how much is your webcam? Seb, I've never heard you ask a question you do not want to know the answer to more. My camera, mind you, I chipped away at this, and this was not a smart thing. There is so many, let me just, I'll tell you. My Elgato Camlink was $200 Canadian. my camera was $500, and then the lens was probably like $100, but it came with the camera, so a slight deal. So it's a $600 webcam. Nowadays, Elgato's tricky because it's such a brand-heavy thing. There's a guy who you should really check out. He's called Senpai Gaming, I think is what it's called. Or you can, he's got like white hair. I can't think of his name, but if you type in like Senpai Records or something like that, he should pop up. Senpai Media, something like that. But regardless, point is he does like a lot of streamer tips where he goes over like the newest tech when it comes to like the most affordable webcam that's good bang for your buck, and it shouldn't be anywhere. It's usually like a good webcam is probably around the same price as it was back then, probably anywhere from like the range of $100 to $180 to like $200 if you're getting stuff that does weird shit. Like when you start getting to $200 range, it starts like tracking your movement and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I have overkill because I got into this back in the day and I've had Facecam forever, so I was like, fuck it, let's do this. And also, I don't use Facecam, like the power of it really well. Like there's people who get like great lenses, add distortion, add blur. I just use it to kind of have me smile at you guys basically whenever I can. Yeah, Senpai Gaming, exactly. I think that's what it is. Yeah, he has a lot of videos that like are good. What's the newest tech? I have on the old setup, which is good still, probably kind of the best still if you're willing to get a good camera and a good lens. But it's unnecessary. In fact, like I think my old tech is probably, depending what you want to use it for, is probably been usurped at this point. Usurped, especially like they can also get like I think even a GoPro has like lenses that are like this thin now that they can just slot in and are mighty useful. So that'd be my suggestion. But otherwise, too expensive for my setup, especially for me who made like I think not that much. That's like more than my like half a year on YouTube video stuff back in the heyday of Let It Die. I hate the fact that character quests are time. I agree. It's annoying. It's probably the one thing that if Wuthering Waves could do anything that like smacks a lot of these gacha games in the face, it'd be that. It is like, it's so good. It's like, so good. It's frustrating because I think even Genshin got over that. You can like bank basically like companion quests, which doesn't make any sense why they wouldn't do that. Like, I don't know the monetary scheme associated with that, but let's do a resin. Let's do our resin, and then I'll catch you guys up on the story quest, at least the highlights, for those guys who were like, I don't care that much. And I'm like, I get it. There's a lot to play right now. But we probably will be rolling as well. Oh, wait, no, that's what we should do, right? Instead of doing the resin stuff, let us look at what the future of Wuthering Waves has to hold. What? Yes. Shut up. I don't know. It's hard. I'm tired. Also, I did hear something the other day, which I thought was pretty insightful. I've always been a person who struggles with filler words. I'm sure most people are in the same boat as me, where like there's something that's comforting about like basically, or is also one. What's another one that I used back in the day? Essentially, I said basically, essentially, it's just like a way for your brain. And the guy, I watched a video that a person explained. Basically, it's your brain trying to catch up. So you're speaking and thinking so quickly that your speaking is too quick for your brain to keep up. So your brain needs to add like a buffer to kind of like just render the rest of the knowledge essentially. So yes, Seb says I wish Let It Die 2 would come. Yeah, me too, man. I would love to play it. I'd love to give it a try. Again, I don't know if I'd cover it, but I'd give it a try for sure. But what do you call it? Yeah, what I was saying was it's important to just speak slower, you know? And it's tough because in my head, I always find I don't want my thoughts to like leave my brain because I'll forget. So you tend to speak quickly, just kind of get all your thoughts out of your brain. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the preview of the Black Shore, aka 1.2, which apparently in 1.3 is when we're going to be getting the a Void Lady, the Camilla. Is that right? No, it's the like a stalker girls, how I always phrase her. But yes, I hate the fact that it's Saturday. If you need me to join, I'm here. Yeah, if you want to jump in, you can. I think we're just gonna be grinding stuff. Actually, yeah, maybe not, because I don't think we're doing anything cooperatively. They need to add some like co-op shit, because it's not really much reason to do, unfortunately. Camilo, I think I read. All right, farmed enough defense certifications for season. Yeah, man, I'm behind. I was kind of in this place of like I didn't know how to feel, what to do with like the whole Jane Doe thing, to where now I'm like, oh fuck, I need to prepare. Well, that's why I titled the stream the other way, because you guys were so fucking sweet. I love when you guys help me out in this way. It's so nice just to be able to understand it. But like, you guys were saying, oh, Grin, you could name the next stream like preparing for Caesar now, and that could be like your journey, which would be interesting to click on if people are interested in Caesar, just like me. But to me, now it's like, oh shit, I got Caesar to prepare for. I got Jane Doe, which probably takes priority. I got Jane Doe to prepare for. And then I got the Wolf Boy, the like shielder guy, to prepare for. Whew. Shit. That is a lot. A lot of things to get done. I also still need to do Jane Doe's quest. Like, finish that out. Yeah. Which I think that's... Yeah, the both are... I probably should do that tonight at some point. I probably should do it in my time. But... yeah, so this is Withering Waves stored, the next patch basically, which we're going to get a glimpse into the new areas, gameplay features, and I hate that I hover things. It's damn opera shit where it makes it like, do you want to translate it? I forget to use that feature. That probably is helpful. Anyways, some storyline currently in development, all that stuff. So the new area is the Black Shore, which essentially is just, I imagine, literally a shore that's dark, kind of like more starry, more like, what's it called? Coral reefs that are like glowing with light in the water. I feel like, man, every like mythological thing, everything in the past makes sense when you see just nature being crazy. Like when you see the water like pulsating and glowing with like neon blue, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, how do you not believe there's spirits or like mermaids in the water? We've seen that shit. When you have like you're a caveman, or not even a caveman, like a Viking or something, that's a pretty good sense of knowledge. It's just like, no, Odin's pissed again. Odin's just all up in his own shit. I have a question. Can you use any camera with the cam link? Not exactly, Seb. The reason why is because, like, for instance, the reason my camera's fault is that it doesn't have autofocus. So if I do this, my hand's blurry. But if I do this, if I do have autofocus on, because it basically my cam link captures whatever is on my screen. There are cameras that are more better than this in other ways. That's why it's so nice to just like find the YouTuber guy who like tried all the cameras out and just shows you which one is like the best version for streaming. The budget option, all that stuff, it's so nice to look at. Because he'll tell you like he's tried all this stuff and he's seen like, yeah, if you're gonna go with the cam link one, don't get this camera. It's not something. I'll be honest, the whole setup for like your gaming situation is absolutely not something you should just be like asking me about. And not that I don't want to help you, I'd help the hell out of you. It's just not. It's just something that like you need to find someone who's tried it, so that whenever you do buy it, bang, you can go in on it. Because if I say like, oh, I have a cam link. Which is basically a capture card, which is, I would suggest a capture card, not a cam link. Cam links are so expensive. Capture card, and, what do you call it? This specific camera model. You might go and buy those two things only to not realize that this situation is not perfect, even for me. But there is a perfect situation, and I regret doing my choice because I would have bought a better camera that actually sequences, that gives me autofocus and everything else. God damn it, I fucked up the autofocus. No, I gotta... Shit. There. But yes, that's potentially why. But it's don't. I may have phrased that in a weird way where I was like, don't ask me things. No, I want you to ask me things. Of course, I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. But I also do think you need to have enough. Oh God, I don't know how much I want to get into this, but my brother. Oh man, my brother is damn brilliant. Both my brothers are damn brilliant. But my brother has recently got into, my second oldest has gotten into making a YouTube channel, and. Oh, man, dude, I have so many emotions about this. I have so many emotions, but let me stick to the good ones. It's like the super positive ones. My brother, he started a YouTube channel. Sorry, this is so much just out of left field. But I thought it'd be fun to talk about because Seb's here and he's asked a question about this. But he's starting a channel about anime. He's a big anime fan. He has 2 sleeves covered in anime villains and iconic characters. So he has like 2 sleeves. Looks awesome. Very cool. He also has he looks nothing like what you think an anime person to look like. He looks like very like tough guy, mean guy vibe. I don't say mean guy, but like. Yeah, mean guy. All of our family has resting bitch face, including myself. I've just learned to smile more. He hasn't. Yeah. Anyways, the point is that he started this anime thing, man, and I was telling my family about this as well, people who are close to me, but it's so fucky a little bit, man. Because, like, envy is a bad thing. Envy is, like, one of the sins that, like, I believe greed, a little bit of greed, like, the right amount of greed can take care of you, can take care of your family. But if too much greed can leave you to be, like, a fucking CEO who doesn't see people as people, instead just dollar bills and all this horrible shit. So I think the right amount of a sin can actually be very helpful. But envy, man, that's a hard one to find the right amount of it. Because, yeah, the reason why I'm a little bit, not envious, I mean, I'm envious, is I've worked like years to try to become good at, let's say, YouTube, let's say content creation. And I've learned a lot, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I've gotten past a lot of that stuff. But it's crazy to see my brother, who has just dabbled in it, fucking nail on the head, hit it immediately, without any sort of preparation, without any sort of training. Again, let me just tell you, like, his strategy, which I think most people who just hear and have like some inclination of anime will know how good the idea is. But essentially, he wanted to basically have like a social media thing, like TikTok, where he basically just asks anime-adjacent questions, like who's your favorite character, who's the best villain you've ever encountered in anime, and he's just driving to work and he's just filming himself, like these 5-second, 10-minute video, which already is a good idea. People would watch that. A lot of people would click on and see what you think about shows. But where he really starts to do really well is he's come up with an idea, and this is going to be the premise of his channel, where essentially he's going to watch the 3 big anime, which is Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, and he's going to watch them all together, and he's going to compare them as he's watching them. So, like, saying that Bleach is ahead of One Piece because the One Piece is very childish at the beginning, but he's going to keep watching. He's going to get to, like, the eventually get up there. Bleach has a really strong start, but it loses you in the middle. This arc is cool, so he's going to constantly be comparing those, and then he's going to take those clips and put it on social media. It's just a really good strategy. Like, not only is that a cool idea, not only does that tap into a large amount of the anime public, but also it's just like a way to reformat content for social media that is specifically good for social media. It's not like he's trying to, like, drag them into his video. It's like he's taking his videos and making something pure for that specific platform. But yeah, he's essentially asking me a lot of questions, and I love that. I love, like, my favorite part of the YouTube journey is like helping people at the beginning, because there's a lot of shit that people need to get through in order to, like, be good. So, like, a lot of people just need to upload videos, like, just need to crank out as many videos as you possibly can to break your habit of over expectations of what it is required for you to do this thing. But anyways, this is kind of also the way that it's a little tough for me, because a part of it, and I don't know if this makes sense. It makes sense if you think really hard about it, especially where I'm coming from, I think. But it kind of weirdly feels like imagine this story. You're a guy, okay? You love this girl so deeply. She's like the girl next door. You love her to pieces. You've fawned over her for so many years, and she's been real nice to you in a lot of unique ways. But it's just never been a relationship kind of thing. Never been on the table, right? Then you meet your homeboy, your friend, right? And your friend is sweet. You know your friend has good intentions, etc. So then you're talking to your friend. Your friend's interested in homegirl, etc. You're the love of your life. Now, at the end of the day, you want the best for both of them. You know they're both good people. She's clearly not interested in you. So then you start, like, telling your friend all of these things about, like, hey, this is what you could do to be charming. This is what you try to help your friend out in some way. Eventually, it hurts so when they start getting real close. When they start, like, maybe snuggling, kissing, it just turns into pain. You know, I'm like, that's kind of how I feel about helping up my brother specifically. Seb and such is maybe different, because I don't think my brother's growing with me. Like, Seb and me may start a mastermind program, which would be very fun, and we could grow together, kind of thing, talking about how to improve each other's content and stuff like that. But with my brother, it's a little different in the sense that it just doesn't feel like that, you know? So it makes me kind of feel like I'm in the position of the dude where I'm helping my brother in this case, like, be better, like, get my first love, essentially. And I'm like, it kind of hurts a little bit. Like, when I see him, and he's doing really well, like, immediately. Probably because he waited to have, like, a really good idea, and then he finally pursued it, which is a good idea. But it leaves me kind of feeling like, fuck, man. Yeah, I'm not sure that makes any sense, but I was thinking about that a lot this whole week, and I'm like, it's just tough, man, to, like, you want to be super helpful to people, and I love helping people, especially at the beginning, but there's a certain point where, like, people start, like, taking off well beyond you, and you're kind of like, all right, well, do a good job, and they keep coming to you for, like, the data part of it, because no one likes doing the data part of it. I don't mind doing the data part of it, and then you're kind of sitting there like, man, fuck, you know, like, you're out here getting 100 views, and then it's worse because they come to you to be like, hey, I have questions about this. You give them a good answer, and then they're kind of like, oh, well, I know what's best because now I have more views than you and I have more of this than you. I'm like, okay. And then they do the thing and it ends up blowing up in their face exactly. Man, let me tell you this. It is 10 times easier to give advice and tell someone how they ought to change rather than changing yourself. Because you can't see this close. Like, you can only see from your own perspective. So when you have another person that's, like, observing you from a third-person perspective, they're like, oh, dude, you're going to fucking eat shit up here. Yeah, you're not seeing this pothole. And the person's like, nah, there's no pothole there. I know my shit, and I eat shit and die. So being able to, like, lean on someone else's perception of you is extremely helpful because you're often too close to the thing that you're seeing, you're studying, I guess. But anyways, yeah, thank you for letting me rant. That was my good therapy session for the week. Appreciate you for being a surrogate dad. All that. Also, Seb says, I'm sorry for asking questions. No, it's okay, Seb. It's totally fine. Yeah. I would always reel it in if I notice that, like, the stream kills momentum and locks in. Usually people just go and, like, play the video game and they lock back in when we're eventually, like, progressing with stream stuff. Yes, Camilla, you got it right. You luckily with the event coffee buff, you can probably get Jane and Seth maxed out in terms of level. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. Lone says, like, one of the coffee buffs doubles the certification for 5 enemy card instead of 1. Lone, could you Discord message me what the hell that means? Because I don't really understand the next. Like, I seen the event with the coffee pop up, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is. Like, I've seen a little bit of it, but it wasn't enough to make me feel good about what's happening. You know? I had to turn my fan towards me, else my fan is too loud. I think. Also, Seb says, I got you. Thank you, Seb. Yeah. It's kind of again. It's weird. It's in this weird thing. It's like a. If I was doing really well, then it would make me feel, 1, better about giving advice, and 2, yeah, because I feel like people are going to repay it back. Like, that's the whole thing, is like you're kind of helping people that haven't really signaled that they're going to help you, you know? So you're like, and I don't mean you, I mean my brother in this case. And again, I think that's why, that's kind of like the difference of, like, you locking in with, like, 3 people who are invested in improving. And you both are showing up once a week, every like Discord thing, just to kind of try to improve and grow. Whereas my brother just asks me questions whenever he gets to a bottleneck, and I love helping him, but there's going to come a point where I probably have to tell him, it hurts me, it hurts me, and I hate that I'm a selfish bastard about it because I want my stuff to work out too, and constantly helping you eats me alive. Within this one specific thing, it's also my brother, so it's just way too. It's like, it'd be one thing if it was your homeboy. It's like your family dating you. It's like your buddy dating your sister. It's not like the same thing as your buddy dating the girl next door who you barely know, or whatever. Anyways, also have a bunch of seals which can be used subliminally for certification stuff. Sure, I'll Discord that. Thank you. Thanks. All right, sorry guys for a little pit stop. Back to the reviewing of Wuthering. What do we have to look forward to? We got the Black Shores. It's a whole new map. Apparently, it's much bigger. It looks like it's a sea kind of like map. New characters. So this is something really interesting. We are going to be having a 5-star banner, and then we're going to have a 4-star banner. So yes. So it's basically going to be, I think, the one girl who's did they show her here? No, but she's the girl that we've seen in the thing where she basically has like she's wearing like a cloak, and she has like star systems with underneath. She's like butterfly based essentially, but we're going to be getting her I think as the first banner, and then there's going to be another banner which I don't know if that one's a rerun, but I do know that I think it's going to have all 4 stars in it, I think. And regardless, that second banner is going to have this girl in it. I believe that's how it's going to work. That's how it was broken down to me in a video I watched a couple days ago. She is a healer for ice or water, whatever you want to call it, and she is going to be a gauntlet user as well. Kind of neat, pretty sweet, all that. New gameplay content, awesome. There's like this weird parallel mirror thing, which is, meh. Portal puzzles, that's what they're saying there. New enemy, what? Hudge Puff? Hudge Puff look massive. Probably new boss type enemy, you mean? They're scattered across the shores. Yeah, enemies, keep your eyes out, got it. Also, new boss called Restricted, created by the Tithe system. Got it. New enemies types. There's also going to be the Hell Rider, or the Inferno Rider. Sorry, that's going to be able to be killed for primo gems and such like that, or currency, whatever you want to call it. And a new companion quest for Encore. That's actually pretty cool. I was hoping they would go back and like do those like special companion quests, which is called Small Woolly Big Adventure. Very cute. Hopefully going to be very Cuphead inspired or Mario inspired if you're older. All that. Lastly, we have this thing, which is just like the event. It's not, yeah, that's whatever. But yes, but that's what we have to look forward to. So a big new area, some puzzles, some new characters to fuck with and have a good time with, etc. I am excited, mostly because we have a big new area. Also, fuck those animals. All right, let's go and finally. Oh, that's what we're doing. We're burning our resin. That's why we're over here. And then we will do fun story things. And then I will update you guys on the quest. Oh, fucking damn it. I'll update you guys on the quest that we'll be doing. So you know how that like artist girl? I filmed all of the time I was playing it so I can get you guys caught up to speed on what the story is so you can lock in if you want as well. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. I'm doing pretty good. I tend to not like how do I put it? I kind of know what I need usually. So like when it comes to like talking to somebody, to me I kind of like on stream I know how to get it out. Like right there was probably a bad streamer thing. I'd spent too much time talking about a problem without a proper setup, without properly expressing shit, without like telling a story that makes sense. Not a good streamer thing to probably do. Streamer thing is like keep pace, all that stuff. But I need it. I need that for me kind of thing. I need to like find my peace in that sense because I don't have how do I phrase it? I don't know. I'm a very insular person by nature. I don't really get out much, so to speak, and all that stuff. So to me, this is the way that I kind of manage my mind, and it's good enough for me. Maybe not good enough for everyone, but plenty enough for me. But yeah. And also, I kind of come back to the same thing that I think is interesting to talk about on stream, which is like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people beat themselves up for having very human emotions, which is like for me again, envy is something that I find frustrating because I feel it. I also think it's not really, it's not exactly like a good thing, clearly, you know? Like, who the hell wants to be envious of others? You want to be grateful for others, especially family and friends. You don't want to be the person that's, like, toxic. But at the end of the day, people are also lie to themselves, and they don't tell them, like, it's not, they're not honest with the fact that, oh, I feel this. I'm not going to let this determine who I am or, like, you know, destroy my relationships, but I'm not going to lie to myself and say that I'm not having this feeling or this emotion. You know, and I think that's helpful for people to know. It's okay to be envious of people sometimes. It's not a good idea to let it consume you, but it's okay to be like, yeah, I wish I had a better lot. Not a better lot. I wish my effort meant a little bit more. I know that's selfish to say because there's always someone working harder than you, but it's still not a terrible thing to have those emotions, you know? It's bad, I think, for you to act on them and for you to like be like, the world's against me and kind of be a victim all the time, etc. I think that's very bad, but yes. And this
is my
bang.
ground. Together we vanish.
Let's not use our special ult yet. Ladies and gentlemen, our other sub goal today, not like sub, I mean like our side goal, sorry, is going to be to try to see if we can make her even better. Now she is already pretty great, if not downright broken already with what we're doing, but still, it could be better. It could be even more critical rate. Yes. What's good, Raid? Raid says, hey, Grin, I appear I'm a little late. It's all good, Raid. What you be getting up to? My fucking biceps hurt so badly, Raid. Raid, why didn't you tell me to not get the slam ball, huh? You should have came in here and been like, stop. Eat chocolate instead. And then Bolty would have come in and be like, shut the fuck up. How dare you?
Photosynthesis. I got your back.
The music always goes a little hard. I should actually check and see if the music is a little loud. You guys have a weird gauge with music. You guys like it to be like kind of skull-crushingly loud, and I'm like, guys, you can't hear nothing besides like a faint whisper of my voice. But maybe it's for the best. I don't know, be honest. I also think maybe y'all speakers are different. Maybe some people aren't wearing headphones, so it's slightly different. For me, I feel like most people on PC wear headphones. I guess not most. They're probably more average than people just watching on your phone and like it's there. There's so much happening on screen. I don't know. Also, dude, because I made that Borderlands video, I had to get the gameplay. I went back and played my Moze build, my favorite Moze build, which is the Plus Ultra build. It was so fun. Like, holy shit, is that game is just a blast. And say what you want about Borderlands story, I agree, dog shit. But holy moly, is the base, like, the Moe's builds were just always so fire. There's also an exceptional amount of like bloom on the screen constantly. It's not loud. It's lower than your. Okay, good, perfect. I wish I could see the bars better. I would have to choose because I have like face cam and PC music, which I probably can delete because we haven't used it in a long time. But yeah, what's good, Bolty? Bolty says, I've seen the Borderlands video, but I'm disappointed. Oh no, why? What did I say that disappointed you? What was it? Was it the Ava? We should have her. Not her. Let's not say that she's a child.
The moment at hand. This very
Ray says, not much, just taking a break from game for a little bit. Oh no, have you burnt yourself out, boy? What you be doing then? Watching anime? Going for walks? Walks are fire, honestly. Especially with some music, just fucking vibing. Great. Dog with you? Great. You hateful fuck. Bolty says, nah, I was disappointed that you still have hate for them. Or you still have hope for them. Bolty, agent of chaos. Bolty, we can only handle one nub in this community, okay? Damn it! I hit the button. Which at every possible turn, it's like, how dare you have hope? Okay? You need to be miserable. You need to be like, you know what? We're all gonna die. What's the point? Okay? And I'm like, hey, man. Say what you want. I just played Borderlands 3. Bolty, you can't fucking tell me that if you went back with your homeboys for a fresh playthrough of Borderlands 3, okay, and you muted the story, you skipped through all the bullshit, you can't tell me that you were not having a fun time with that gameplay, okay? I agree there's some faults, but that gameplay was a mass improvement, especially as a person who's played every single Borderlands that there has ever existed, even the aforementioned what's it called? Battleborn, which there was weird deep-seated lore that never came into fruition that hinted at that, like, yeah, Battleborn might have been the ending hint that what Borderlands ends up being, like, because there was Battleborn had very Iridiant adjacent like creatures and shit, and yeah, which I wouldn't put it past Gearbox being like everything is connected and matters. Well, matters.
Mind's eye. Sever.
I feel it's tough because I feel like I really did feed the beast. You know what I mean? It's funny hearing both of you have that takeaway because to me, if anything, I thought I went a little too hard in the paint. Where people, I feel like, how is this a positive video? Like, it's mostly negative about you being like, what is this? And only at the there was like 90% of the video shitting on the game. 10% at the very end was like, hey man, because the beginning and the end were essentially my point, essentially, which was, if you look back at Borderlands 3, the gameplay was fucking awesome, the legendary was pretty cool, the builds were awesome, the world design was fucking awesome, and the last couple DLCs were an improvement, I think, to the overall storytelling. Not as much as Borderlands 2, but it's just better than fucking getting shit on by two annoying streamer people and also an annoying child for like 12 hours. Yeah. So, not a low bar, but we got it there. Still. So yeah, and to me, again, the idea is that so long, that's why, because people I've seen in the Borderlands community, I probably should mention this too in the video, but like, I've seen a lot of people like J-Dilts or Trimex is a guy who does a lot of like drama-y stuff around Borderlands. But anyways, the point is that there was a lot of stuff that basically, people saying like, oh, I hope there's like an in-game legendary finder. So like, you know how Wuthering Waves has a really nice feature where you go to the data bank, you can go to any of these things and find like all the bosses that drop this, and then you can go to those things and say, hey, mark that on my map wherever this enemy's located, and it's like it's right there. That would be awesome. Holy shit, Gearbox. That'd be so fucking convenient if that existed within Borderlands, so that we didn't have to fucking find like 16 videos on YouTube and shit. There's an argument for like that thing, like a game that like makes you go to YouTube and look around can be powerful and nice.
Lone Syndicate said the new artifact set's passive is when any character in the team triggers a parry or evasion, increases entire team's damage by 15% for 10 seconds.
So that's made for her. Oh man, there's so much resin. There's gonna be so much resin for them people. Is wild.
Make it fast.
Hot damn. Gluttonous. That's all I'll say. That team is gonna need a lot of it. I wonder what the hell the one guys would be then. Who the hell? I know what would the Wolf Boys effect? Like, is there like a support set? That's tough though.
Oh, look.
I wonder.
Shinies.
I could theoretically give that artifact set to the Wolf Boy and then give her the artifact set that's stun, because I think the Wolf Boy is less stun oriented than Caesar. What to do, what to do. Also, the new update has made it so that it's very easy to get your dailies done, like literally, like, yeah, effortless, which is nice. So you're not like, oh, I gotta go grind it, like picking up 5 flowers for no reason. You're like, okay, what? I feel like it's a good blend between voice and get good. Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes I don't know, because sometimes I look back and I'm like, I'd rather it be like the game's a tiny bit quiet, because sometimes it's like if there's a loud thing in the game, it really muffles out like any dialogue happening, and especially with that text to speech. I want to make sure your guys' comments get through. Oh shit! I didn't know there was a new artifact set coming alone. Nah, it was you giving hope from them? Nah, I'm just getting a quick snack. I remember my busted Zane was pretty damn, but yeah, man, Zane was a good one too. I feel like to me, I might be making enemies here, but I think Moe's was the best. And as far as like gameplay enjoyment, just fucking whoo. Okay, sorry for the angle. The second to me. Man, it's tough. I think it honestly had to be Zane. No, if we're talking about power, it's probably Amara. Amara was like notorious for being like a one-shot eviscerating monster. Then I think it's Zane, and then I think Flak was probably the worst. Just because Flak, they never, yeah, that's the other thing that, like, as much as I want to commend Borderlands 3 for having like significantly better builds and build options, they still left shit broken. Like Zane's, or not Zane.
Lone Syndicate said the other set passive is increases fire and electric damage by 15%. When not on the field, X special attack damage by 20%.
Weird. Is Bernice not like a main DPS? Is she like a support melee person, like Shang Li?
Guests of the unkind.
Weird.
Leave it to me.
That don't make a lick of sense.
Photosynthesis. I got your back.
Boom, boom, boom. This, one of these.
This is my ground.
Some of this. Nice. Sure, we'll do this weird thing. Oh, I shouldn't have. I don't know where the thing is. Oh, is it here?
Make it fast.
It is. Bang. We did that 3 times. I'm good. We'll get at that later. So we did everything. Let's let me get you guys caught up to speed on the story. Amazingly cropped face cam. I hate it. I could fix it. Fix is a strong word. Could I fix it? Let me see. I hate fixing it this way, but it's possible. Nope, that's the wrong type of fix. You bastard. You always go... No, select this. You motherfucker. I hate you so much. Okay, we're going to do something weird. We're going to go all the way up here. Then we're going to click that. God damn it. I hate you so much. You're just the worst. Why is it grabbing that? New plan. New plan. We're going to do this. We're going to then mute this. Okay, then we're going to go to this. It keeps fucking... Stop. God damn you. It won't let me select this to, like, do the crop thing. Bastard. Can I just double click it? And would it, like... That opens up the whole thing. Guys, we're fucked. All right, let me just tell you. We can't have nice things. Life is a lie. All that. Anyways, let me pull up the thing I was trying to do. This, my recording software. Good. Alrighty, let me catch up.
Lone Syndicate said C1 on Caesar basically turns her in Zhongli.
basically turns her into Jean-Louis Deaf. Guys, I know Bolty is gonna break his heart, but we might need to take away some of these voices because I can't hear her. I don't know what they're saying. I'm a Canadian. We have a multilingual people, but I can't understand a lick of some of these things people be saying. This is that the one? It is. Good stuff. Okay, we'll pause. We will pause. Jump over here. Okay. Maybe I should also mute the one of these. Mute. Jump up here. Good. Nope, wrong one. God damn it. The action thing. This. All right. Let me catch up on chat. That sounds cracked. So the first new artifact set passive is when any character in the team triggers a parry. Does the one thing? It's crazy. Is the one for Bernice? Yes, there is. That's why you were saying that. Gotcha. Lone says Bernice is a fire anomaly. Not sure about what her skill is, due in terms of mechanics. Gotcha. Ray says, I remember I had a buddy who always complained that Flack was getting nerfed while Zane was getting nothing but buffs. Well, I just think it's annoying that, like, to me, Flack still doesn't have, like, a really, really good pet build. They have, like, a weird subgenre of that where, like, you can theoretically throw, like, your racks. Like, the build that I was showing you guys with Flack is probably the best, which is basically, it's like a really broken build, but it's you basically are constantly debuffed. With terror is what it's called, but it also allows your racks to basically like summon forth like shattered necromancy skulls, essentially. Like shatter a crack in time and the cracks start seeping out necromancer skulls. Very cool. Makes every gun useless. So it's like, yes, you're a pet class, but not really. You're like throwing heat-seeking grenades, but they're called racks, and they happen to summon grenades. Increases the fire of the Bernice. Bolty says, I had a grenade Mose with infinite HP regen. That's the play, Bolty. Absolutely fire, man. I still have a memory that I will protect with my life, essentially. It's when me, Carthage, Casper, and I think someone else, might have been Nanny at that point. We were all playing Borderlands. And I was just grinding up Moes because you had to do it in like the circle of slaughter. It would auto balance, so you could just kill things forever, and you'd eventually get stronger. I eventually just randomly was leveling up Moes' like grenade build, and then I got the ability to basically like your grenades recover your grenades, or doing splash damage. Recovers grenades. So I thought that's great. Let me pick that. But then I lucked out, and I happened to get a grenade called the Hex. It turned out to be the most broken of all of the grenades in the entire game. So fucking good, and I was like the last man alive, constantly throwing like infinite grenades, and I think it was like cryo, so there's all like these white electric tethers wrapping around. So in hindsight, it was probably a little dirty actually, but anyways, it was awesome. And it's such a cool thing when you find something so broken accidentally, and it was just so good. Yes, so by the way, let's probably get into this whole thing. But this is essentially the story of the cute drawing girl. It's very weird. So it starts off like as if the quest broke for you, because basically it's muted. It's muted. She basically, you start like at the end of the quest chain. So it does this thing where like your character introduces herself with this character, and like you guys already know each other really well, and you're like, what the fuck? I met you at the bridge. But eventually, after you grind it up, essentially, you end up finding that she, like, you piece together, okay, she doubts herself a lot, but she's very sweet and kind. She also looks great. Again, like, the weird animations that they do with them, crazy good. Like, she adjusts her glasses constantly, like I've seen people do all my life who wear glasses. Okay, so it starts off here where the story basically is, this guy did something really bad and fucked up, but he's very, like, salesman lawyery essentially, and she is very like gentle and soft and like doubts herself. So that's kind of the premise, and he starts basically stomping her down, like just because she's very like a quiet person. She just keeps fucking like he keeps unloading on her essentially, and it just beats her down, where our character finally steps in and says, listen bitch, we just did an investigation. I'm here to collect and defend my very shy friend, which is very cool. Again, very wholesome for our main character not being an absolute goober. Anyways, so as things progress, let's give you guys a little taste of his douchebaggery.
Such disgrace. Public apology. Such disgraceful behavior will not diminish us. Our principles will not waver, and we will protect the Shan-Yuan Art Exchange.
So the whole premise is that basically this art guy is involved in some sketchy-ass shit, and he's basically like, how dare she talk to me? We'll sue them instead, and all that. Very douchey kind of thing.
Oh.
We end up... I skipped all this because I didn't really care about the side NPCs. Point is, we end up being like, hey, can you look into these weird things happening around this fort? We end up hearing about a story about like how there's like this mythical monster called like the Phantom Artist who like summons forth drawings into the real world. We eventually meet up with a girl. This is the beginning of the quest, so it did that thing where it went forward and then it went back. This is the beginning of the quest where you think you're seeing demons and shit.
Nothing here.
Also, we all have our voice lines
That's odd.
for Rover.
Did I just imagine that?
He handles it like a tank. Turns around like, bitch, you did nothing to me. You know what I mean? She's also creeping. Karate chop, but not very much fear. Of course, she's shitting her pants because, yeah.
Rover, you're here. Sorry, did I scare you just now?
Don't say that, lol. What you mean, Caesar C1 is basically Zhongli? What that mean?
Finding inspiration.
Very cute, very wholesome.
The night often sparks my creativity.
She lying to us. She basically found some weird shit with her friend. She's trying to figure out. She's also trying to follow this like myth, essentially, of this person who like summons paintings into the real world. Yada yada yada. You end up going on this investigation to try to find the arcane artist, is what the myth is called. Again, it's like random. It's basically like one of us are like special powered people having the ability to summon forth paintings, but not like her. It's like literally you take a painting and then it can like you could go into the painting where she brings paintings into the reality. Yeah. Anywho, after a very many like self-doubt and cute moments where she's just very sweet, wholesome, needs to be protected, all that fun stuff. Progress. We eventually agree to for her to help us, essentially. So she runs and we start helping her do this investigation. Where's my thing? This.
Time no see.
We meet her friends.
You need more
just a random
pigment
guy who's like a guy who sells her paint. We end up doing a lot of investigation stuff. This is kind of like the premise. Is this it? This is it. Okay. This is a very wholesome moment that will win you over. So we basically, oh god damn it. God fucking damn it.
Oh, my name is...
Is this it? This might be it.
Yes.
Things you've got to take
Yes,
action.
this is it. Right, sorry.
When it comes to introducing herself to you, I'd bet money on it. She's been mentally rehearsing it for forever before she got the guts to take action.
No, it's not like that.
ZHEZHI, you can't keep avoiding things. You've got to take action, or you'll never get what you want. You only live once, right?
Yes, Mr. Shilang is right. Rover, I've actually been meaning to tell you something.
Confidence.
Hello, my name is ZHEZHI. We have met before, but I like to make this a formal request. I would really like for us to become friends.
Clean. And guess what?
Of course. I'd be happy to.
Bang. Bang, dude.
Lone Syndicate said basically, her C1 makes it so when she has a shield, she reduces enemies' resistance to all attribute damage by 15% within a 5-meter range.
I'll look at it again. I'll look at it again. Anyways, to wrap this up, she just thought of all that.
ZHEZHI.
Cute. It was all in her
Hey,
brain.
what are you waiting for?
Imagination would have been a better sentence. Yeah, so that was all in her head.
She
She did think of us like a
Okay.
Giga Chad, which is great. Thank you.
I can do this.
Appreciate that. Sweet, wholesome. This is her actual introduction. It gives you her sense of her character, which we already kind of.
Rover,
Rober. That's me, Rober.
That was a pretty obvious slip.
Yeah, it's a good guy. Up, lock it in. Go fast and commit. See the adjustment to the glasses, the weirdly supple
Nice to
shoulders. I don't know
meet
what
you.
that's about, but hey.
My name is ZHEZHI. I'm a painter. I take art commissions and strive to create beautiful paintings. I'm not being very articulate, but I hope we can be friends.
The guy who's doing the camera work is not getting paid enough, as we always say. And us not being an absolute piece of shit, we're like, sure, dude. Okay. Hello, I'm Grin, or we're already friends. Bang! Ah! I'll punch you in the chest with love. Anyways, she's happy about it. She's very sweet. It's wholesome. All that stuff. Great storytelling. Honestly, if you eventually get a really good deep sense for her character, and it's fun. Long story short, you meet what's her name, the girl who happens to be everywhere, and people kind of feel indifferent to. Eventually, she grows on you, but I still feel like she's kind of in the Paimon era where it could go either way. Once again, very much in your face.
Do you remember me? We met at the moon chasing festival.
Great camera work. Great fucking camera work.
Oh, are you?
You don't see this shit
alright?
in goddamn
You
Genshin.
don't look well.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you need help?
Cute! Anime bashfulness. I don't know.
Hello. No, it's not. No, thank you.
The painting we had you do for us during the festival is awesome. Everyone loves it, so we put it up on the wall.
Really? I'm glad you all like it.
We'd also like to invite you to our station, so we can formally thank you in person. Wait, how about coming to the station with me today? Are you heading back to the city?
But we're still
Wee bit of a pushover.
Okay.
And then we have to come in and be like, no, my time, I'm not gonna fucking go to the event. We're gonna finish this. So we tell her, shut the fuck up. No, we're looking for this thing named the Arcane Artist. Long story short, we end up hearing a sound. So then everyone goes and investigates the said sound. We get to play her for a whopping 1 second, which is stupid. But anyways, we go and find these. And it's Tassie Discord people. We fight them, the whole shebang, that we kill them, all that. Where's my cursor? There, it's so hard to see. Anyways, okay, so we killed them, knocked them dead. We find this random, like, blabbering psycho who's, like, being corrupted by some weird guy. Who, yeah, she has, like, artist trauma, whatever, artist trauma, makes sense. Anyways, so she's not doing good. This is her. She ends up being like, paintings, evil, I didn't mean to. Someone, paintings come to life, that kind of thing. We investigate everything. People are shitty. It does this thing where basically our character feels like there's something else here. Like, why is she not... It's not exactly... Everyone's saying it's her fault, but her reaction is something, like, off, essentially. Like, it's hinting at something more. You basically... It pops back into, like, the, like... Because right now what's happening is she's recounting the investigation that we just went on. So, that's why it started at the end, at the beginning. No, it started at the end... And then it's like it's reviewing the past events. So you're hearing this like douchebag lawyer be like, "No, stop investigating the murders for love of God." And the judge is like, "This seems totally like normal behavior. Let's let them do that." Anyways, eventually you go and investigate this like house, which actually it had this one line I thought people would enjoy.
My memory did serve me right. Looks like she...
Is it here?
It's smooth. Two good examples.
I don't know if it's here.
Artistic.
That was much later
It's a
on.
whole happy
Sorry.
scenic landscape.
So
seen
basically,
from the
we're
village
investigating the girl that just like summoned the monsters out of the painting. So that's why we're here. We're like that girl was the person who summoned the astral artist or whatever the name was. So yeah, now we're going investigating her because we don't believe that she is the sole proprietor of these events. So that's why we're at her house investigating her.
the pigment.
There was some here that I thought would be really poignant to
Improvised
hear
her
if you're an
clothing
artist.
as clothes. Fleeting is...
Not that.
I'm no exception. There's never been a moment when I saw my art outshining someone else's. I've always admired my fellow artists, hoping that one day I could be as good as them, perhaps even surpass them. I kept painting and improving, but no matter how hard I tried, I always felt it wasn't good enough. This needs to be refined. It's not quite there yet. Still short of perfect. Will my client be disappointed? I had these kind of thoughts every day while I painted. It started creeping into my daily life too. It's true that one might find motivation in these thoughts, but they can also lead one astray.
Oh yeah.
I felt trapped for ages until I finally figured out the path I ought to follow, embrace my emotions fully, and create the art my heart yearns for.
Selfishness, yes.
This is of the greatest importance
Fuck
to
'em.
me. But if I found myself in the same
those
situation as
people.
Ming Yang, perhaps
I did this for me, bitch.
perhaps I react similarly and lose my way. She was forced into this and was looking for a way out.
It is. So
I can't just turn.
very wholesome thing. I think most people needed to hear that. That's why I wanted to show you this little chunk to you guys. Anyways, we eventually investigate this whole area. Again, finding her it ends up the girl who we caught. It wasn't just a girl. It was her like friend that she knew eventually in art school. So that's why we're like investigating her as well, is because there's something there. Well, long story short, we end up going through this. We find out that she's been through ups and downs. She was trying to improve her art, but she can't. So she's essentially probably been like swindled by somebody. She also comes up with an elaborate thing of like how something happened. She's trying to impress us with a detective work, only to really shit herself and completely just talk crazy, essentially. Which is cute and wholesome. Again, she's trying her best. Very cute and wholesome. She can summon like these paint apparatus, which is what we're like using the investigation to solve. Yada yada yada. We end up finding that like a paint trail that leads us to these bandits that were clearly selling her paint, that might be involved in that like tacit discord summoning ritual that she was a part of. And we're trying to find out who's the other big player. They're kind of like this underlying story of like people trying to create an art, a portrait essentially that you can go into. While simultaneously, it also seems like there's people who are like, oh, we can also just like summon like beasts, like to take whatever's in the painting and bring it into the real world. But with the way this game works, with all its like its resonant frequencies, it's usually just monsters. So we're trying to find out the big bad about who is behind all this. Hence, it probably is the damn like artist association that are trying to probably do it because they want to have like a beautiful painting that you can go into. So that's where we left off, and we're basically going to investigate this hideout, these like bad guys, and you guys are caught up to speed. Not great caught up, I'll be honest, probably did a shitty job, but is what it is. Now we're caught up to speed. Now let's play. I think I gotta turn on the audio again. But that is essentially the story for people who don't want to play it, but can enjoy the last little bit, the last little push that we have for it. All right, let's rock. We're gaming now. Also, it's very weird to be in like the middle of a story and be like, we're breaking into the enemy's lair, and then you're like, I'm gonna go do dailies. Be back. And you're back in 2 days. It feels odd to continue after that, but hey, it is what it is. Okay. I also had infinite nades. Yeah, man, it was so good. Again, to me, I mentioned it in the video, but I would love, like, that's something I hope I can do in a video. Probably I shouldn't, because it's just it's not good for the channel probably. But the idea of like just making a video whenever there is the Vault Hunters to be, or not even the Vault Hunters, but like it would be cool to lean in a little bit into the hype of Borderlands, like what I hope the next couple characters look like, you know. Like I hope we get another.
I hear people talking.
Sorry. I hope we get another. How do I phrase it? Like Krieg, like Berserker, Psycho. That's why, again, I would honestly, at this point, it sounds crazy, but I think I would take Tiny Tina in Borderlands 4 as a playable character, even though I don't know if they do it, which is a shame. But I would still take that at that point. Like, I still think that's like kind of the character that I want. Honestly, I thought, like, if you were to tell me that Mose was going to be, like, the best, like, Mose could have easily been sold, like, especially her kit, could have easily been sold as, like, Daughter of Torg. Because she is, like, by far, if you were to make a character that Torg would love, you would make Mose. Funnily enough, Mose is, like, the most grounded, like, kind of chill soldier girl ever. She's not like Krieg, which you think would make sense for, like, someone who's dealing with, like, violent explosives, you know? I guess it makes sense for because he's an explosion-ordinate kind of person.
Okay.
He's dropping.
I'll use my terminal.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip. She seems like she's talking quiet. Is that just me? Let me know if it's not loud enough for for you guys to enjoy the story, because it could be kind of quiet.
Make it fast.
Sneaking. Do we actually have to sneak?
Lone Syndicate said thanks to Jane Doe I am able to S-rank all of Shiyu Defense, Spiral Abyss. My two teams are my Ellen team and Y Cop team, which is Jane, Zuyuan Cop Lady, and Nicole.
Ah, shit, Lone, what do you call it? You might have it almost everything beat. Yeah, what do you call it? So you got Jane Doe, so now she's carrying you. And you had her ready to rip. You could just fucking max route day one, didn't you? You dirty bastard. Although you've always prepped really well. Again, I was uncertain, so I couldn't really prep as much as I would want to. But, what do you call it? The, also, I'll mention that was crazy. Yeah, Seb has gotten into, like, content creation a little bit more recently, and then also Squib came in yesterday. So people are getting into content creation, which I love. I hope that's not what I meant, by the way, when I was talking about, like, me kind of being a little bit envious. I'm more envious of, like, I hope, it's selfish, but I hope things work out for me as well, you know, as much as that may sound fucked up. But I love helping people. It's just one of those things where it's just like, ah, man, it'd be cool if I also was just as good about, like, telling people the basics as I was about implementing said basics. Anyways, but what do you call it? I was gonna say, Lone, what is your Caesar team going to be? Is it gonna be? Are you gonna use Caesar basically as like a damage amp for? Well, wait. Oh, fuck. You might actually be able to use Caesar. What's the other girl's name? That's, Zhu Yang. And what's her name? Jane Doe, right? You'll be able to use all three of those, right? Because the cop lady is the cop lady, so she'll synchronize with Jane Doe. And then...
Lone Syndicate said, of course I always prep for my characters. Sometime I over-prep. Ahem, cough, who douse staff of home I am not salty about it.
Oh, Lone, that's... I mean, did you eventually burn those resources? Because you're like, fuck it, it's never happening, I hate it. What's good, Beginner? Beginner says, Xing Xiao Yao is scaring me because C3 Kelcharo is OP as shit. Ooh, what, Kelcharo? Interesting. Well, what do you mean? So you mean the one guy? I saw the thing is also incorrect. I thought he came out today. The title of the video stream I have to probably change. That's my bad. I thought he was coming out today. It's not. It's Saturday that he's going to be alive. We'll check him out then. But I want to see if he's actually going to be worth it because I want to know. It's just, to me, it'd be really cool to see. I mean, the devs have already kind of proven with basically Ether Rover being so good that they're willing to like make a fucking really strong, heavy-hitting, free character essentially. But I'm not sure if they did that same thing with the one guy. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep upping the ante because there's kind of starting to be like a power imbalance. Like the old characters compared to the new characters do feel substantially, I would say substantially, but say powerful enough to where it seems like there is a trend going upwards, I suppose.
If Yin Feng hadn't pushed her, she wouldn't have gotten hurt. Now she can't even paint, and our order is gonna be late.
Still those maths in your account.
Watch yourself. I just did what I always do. She's been rebellious and a bit too smart for her own good lately. I just wanted her to keep her head down and work. Who knew she'd crack and cause that mess? Luckily, I slipped away, and the patrollers didn't suspect me. It's no big deal. I pinned it all on Ming Yan, so we're in the clear.
Okay.
Someone was here earlier asking about her case. No patrollers, but do you think they could find out what we did?
Gotcha. Okay, so the lady was basically working with them for money. Got it.
Doubtful. They might notice we're making pigments here, but that's it.
It doesn't matter if they find
Break
out.
their legs!
We pose as exiles.
Kill them!
And what doesn't an exile do?
But we should be careful. Remember what Mr. Beitzer warned us about. Keep these things on the down low.
That's the person we're
if anyone
suing.
finds out, they can't be allowed to trace it back to the Shan-Yuan Art Exchange.
Lone says, my Caesar team will consist of Jane, Bernice. Oh my God, you going for Bernice as well?
Been involved in Ming Yan's case right from the start.
Sorry, I talked over you. Whoa, we going fucking Bernice as well. Jane, Bernice, and Caesar. Oh, weird. So wait. How does that make sense? Okay, I know. So Caesar doesn't need anybody, so we can nick Caesar. But Jane, how does Jane Doe gonna fit? How does that make sense, Lone? Yeah, so Jane Doe requires an anomaly. Oh, okay, yeah, and Bernice is an anomaly character. Got it. Boy. That's an expensive team. But hey, I imagine it will probably be the most optimal team for Bernice, so I'm not surprised. Although I am curious then, if that is the ideal team, then I wonder what Bernice is going to be. Because isn't Jane Doe also anomaly based? She's very AoE based. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, but Bernice also seems very AoE based. Actually, I don't know. Jane seems like, well, she doesn't seem AoE based, but she is. Does that make sense? Like she seems like she's doing a lot of single. I think it's just because physical. Physical's like pop when you max out physical shred. It like does a massive impact.
No wonder they got all shifty when we brought up Ming earlier.
Yin Fang, sounds familiar.
It was his signature on Mr. Shizan's transaction record.
We spoke right where it happened.
When I asked him about the incident, he put all the blame on Ming Yan, saying she had ulterior motives.
Huh.
The exiles we questioned during the day did the same, trying to divert attention and cover up their own involvement at the scene in the first
Bastards.
place. These distractions led us to concentrate solely on Ming Yan, ignoring other possible angles.
I have a theory, but we need that batch of paintings they mentioned to test it.
Let's crack skulls.
But there's so many more people in the camp now. How should we get in?
We'll disguise ourselves as exiles. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Not a good idea, but I guess walk in would be like, what? We're not, what? I guess that could imply kill, which oh, weird.
This should do the trick. Now, let's see what information we
Honestly,
can find inside
dude,
camp.
this is, hey, Wuthering Waves devs, you sons of bitches, why do we not have like a fully grown man if it's this easy to pilot a person? I really hope we do get like different amorphous characters, like different just bone structure people besides like generic human. Like even this guy looks like he has a much wider back than our main character in a big way. Stuff like that, you know? Hello!
Never thought I'd get worn
Let
out
me help
from
you with
something
that.
This light. Wow. Thanks. I'll go take a breather then.
Got it, bud. Get after it. I do not want to learn about you. Can I sprint? I can. Inspect.
These paintings are all fakes. I don't remember the real ones circulating the market. How has this managed to be kept from the public for so long?
Lone Syndicate said yes, both are AoE base and with anomaly characters you normally want to pair with each other, but with different elements to proc disorder, plus Burnus is up there for one of my favorite designs.
Oh, really, man? I haven't heard a lot of people talk up Bernice, unfortunately. I was thinking Bernice probably getting a cold shoulder because Caesar is just, in a lot of ways, a lot. You know? In an inverse way that Jane Doe is a lot. She is a lot in a different way. Anyways, does the Might one of the best teams in the game? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think so. Beginner says, fact: Chang Li, ZHEZHI, and Dede Yao are doing good damage, but no OP type shit. I feel like is 1.4 or 1.5. Well, well, I agree. I don't think it's crazy. Well, who are you getting beginner? So to me, we've got like leaky stuff out there, which I hopefully you guys don't mind me talking about too much. But the next character is like the weird butterfly spectral person, and then we have a 4-star coming with the next banner, I think. So we're gonna have a weird off banner type thing. But what was it? It was the apparently the next update. So not 1.2, which I believe is this new update. Instead, it's 1.3. I was before. Regardless, the one after the one coming, essentially, is when finally Camilla, I think it's gonna be finally here, and I can't wait because she's the character that to me, well, I don't know, it's tough because she's not like a main DPS. I don't think. Well, I don't know. I heard her. I was listening to her kit breakdown, and she uses like a support. It seems like, or like a Havoc enabler, I should say, not a support. But it also sounded like you could play her a lot, but I don't know if it's like OP or not. Like solid.
They risk being exposed if they transport through ports. Not to mention the threats from the Shanyun art exchange.
Oh yeah, leak everything. Yeah. Tell me it all. Well, I don't believe in like what do you call it? What's the thing when people say we're like I don't believe in spoilers really at all. Like if something can be spoiled, it's probably not good enough anyway. You know.
We should look for more clues.
Because at this point, I'm asking a person to do they smoke them out. Lone says that thing Twin tails. Oh, I didn't think about that, Lone. I did not think about that. You got the whole twin tail supremacy thing that you've always adhered to. Weird. Lone, have you ever had a significant other that had that? Granted, I don't think it's something you could. I think it's something you could ask for.
I can't believe the number of painters
I don't think they'd accommodate you.
They know where they all live too.
Maybe he could be convincing. Beginner says, bro, Shorekeeper is kind of a problem because in terms of her kit, she is amazing, but all of the good stuff is behind the alt, and the alt is kind of a small AoE. I haven't seen too much about a Shorekeeper yet, Beginner, but to me, I don't know, man. I feel like this game, and it shouldn't be this way. Like, this game is significantly less, like, elemental synergistic, I guess, you know? But I still can't help my brain from thinking in that way. So, also, it's just efficient. Like, if you're building a fire team, you can just do a ley lens that's, like, fire and, like, support characters. Or Havoc and support artifact sets is what I meant to say. And you can just have everything taken care of. You're going to, like, spread yourself thin with, like, having some ice characters, having some of this, having some of that. It makes it, like, feel spread thin. So I feel like that makes it tough sometimes, you know, to have like those artifact sets. But I don't know, the point is that even though the Shorekeeper might be Fireman, I don't know if I'm going to get her because I don't have a Spectral team. And I know I kind of like the fact that I'm going to have a good Fire team with Chang Li, hopefully also Scar. And then I'm going to have a good Havoc team with Rover and Camilla, you know. But then there's going to be people who have, like, people who did get Dragon Lady. Holy shit, is the one lady probably going to take care of you? The Spectral girl. Although I don't know if she's meant to be a main DPS or not. Anyways, let's read some stuff. What is the rank of this means? Yeah, all that.
I wonder why Ming's paintings.
Yeah, we're gonna skip past them. I don't like this part. This is a part of the story. Okay.
They're keeping tabs on all these artists, monitoring their every activity.
Got it.
Judging from the list, it looks like they're still searching for artists to create forgeries.
Yeah, they're expanding the network. Got it. Got it. Dude, can I jump off this? I can. Hooah! Break my knees. Totally not weird shit. Covert 100%. Thank you very much. Lone says plus red and black on her outfit looks so good. She does look good. I just haven't like seen as much love for her as I thought I would see. I think if she didn't come alongside Bernice, I think she'd be like popping. But I think people, because she is coming right alongside Bernice, people, or not Bernice, sorry, Caesar, it's like
I want out of this.
Impossible. Never had anyone quit from a deal. Besides, you've already taken the money.
You can have the money back. Every penny of it. I just want out. Please. I won't make it difficult for you.
You think we'll let you go just like that after seeing our entire operation? You know what? Could work something out. But it'll come at a small fee. Gotta have insurance.
What do you want?
A dead person tells no tales.
Ooh.
That's everything from our talk yesterday, boss. She's still holding her cards close.
Keep an eye on her for now. If she tries anything, take her out.
Understood.
Yeah, that's the guy that we're suing. I think. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't. It's been like 2 days since I've seen the guy who we're suing, so I'm kind of like half knowledgeable about it. But anyways. Also, how did we... Oh, I guess we can transform into, like, any beasts. So I guess it's not out of the question that we can transform into a renegade guy or whatever. So, yeah. That's the case. Then can everyone transform into monsters?
This must be the warehouse they were talking about. There's still some leftover ink
Also,
lying
why do we
around.
derobe? What is that about? That's a bad call. All right, let's see. Beginner says, like 10 to 20 crit rate is amazing. The attack buff is also good, but the outro is underwhelming as fuck because the auto dodge is beyond ass. I didn't become immune to the damage you auto dodge. Weird. Huh. I don't know enough about it, a beginner. I was gonna say, so what is she? Do you think it's balanced for like the dragon girl? Because it sounds like she's a spectral buffer, so I wonder if she's kind of like, if she doesn't have a massive amount of AOE, that's fine because the dragon girl, like the girl who's like a dragon spirit, whatever her name is, she seems like she has massive amounts of AOE, so maybe she's meant to synergize with her more. And if both of them just did fuck tons of damage and fuck ton of AOE, it would not really be a little too much, maybe. But who knows? These paints, my legs are so sore.
They're all from the list.
Oh. Yep.
This batch is all Serenity of ZHEZHI Village. Ming Yang's work.
Were your parents like elves? Why are your skin glowing? What is that about? What do you use? What we say doesn't matter. That's why I don't read
These
it.
aren't just simple copies anymore. It's obvious now. She was working with them to create forgeries for her own gain. In the end, this is the path she chose. I suspected as much, though I couldn't quite... I wasn't sure until I saw the paintings myself.
I'm notifying the patrol or whatever. That...
Wait, this painting. It's the Serenity of ZHEZHI Village original, not a copy. Shouldn't it be at the studio? Oh, I see it now. This was the painting they stole from the studio.
I can tell them apart. She's an incredible artist, dude.
These copies, they're almost identical.
Yeah, but she knows the small quirks.
If you look closely, you'll find that the finishings are a
the
bit,
adjustment of the glasses. Melt my heart.
More rigid in some
I read it
areas.
wrong. I have brutal dyslexia. Beginner, you're gonna have to lock the fuck in if you're gonna be here, because it's gonna be worse. I promise. But let me see what happened. Like 10. Was that the one I read wrong? Like 10/20 crit is amazing. The attack buff is good, but the outro is underwhelming as fuck because the auto dodge is beyond ass. You don't become immune to the damage you auto dodge. Okay, the outro skill I made a missaid, but I don't think that changed the understanding of what everything was said besides the outro skill thing. You know? Also, Alone says, no, I haven't, Grin. Also, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some gamers ups. Gotcha. Beginner says, you still take the damage. Shorekeeper takes the damage. You still get staggered, and it is a waste of one auto dodge. I don't have enough information to know what she does by default, so I don't know like what her skill kit is. So you're talking about, for instance, you're talking about auto dodge. I have no idea what that is, and they're gonna explain it to me, and I'm like, okay, well, this is just, you know. Well, if you could calcify what her main problem is it just that she doesn't have enough value to do the things that the skill kit is asking you to do? So like, I want you to do, like, for instance, if we're talking about ZZZ, Caesar wants you to perfect parry, or what do you call it, counter parry, where you switch to a character and you do a parry. But there's no incentive to really do that, or the incentives massively outweigh the fact that you still take damage when you parry, which is not the case, but just let's say that's the argument. You're saying that that's the problem with what's her name, the shorekeeper? Shorekeeper alt is... You read my comment wrong. Shorekeeper alt AoE is small. No, I knew that. Oh, then my bad. I was stating the kit based on my assumption you knew. No, I didn't. Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah, I was just kind of like, I'm trying to piece it together in my head, but I don't know the whole thing. But yeah.
Well, that's because Look out!
My favorite thing ever is convenient gap in story for like random crap's sake. Oh, we got a player again. At least that's fun. One of these. I mean, she's busting out like 1,000 damage as a support. I will say in this game, supports, which like in Genshin would tickle people, this game actually you can like throw down. Like if you wanted to fully build them out, holy shit, can you do that? Are you hurt?
No. I'm just catching my breath.
Wouldn't it be great if the main protagonist was like, hey, so what we were just talking about, what the fuck was it? Instead of being like, yeah, so I'm just completely wiped out of my brain, even though it seemed like it was very important.
But where did these tacit discords come from?
He's like, forget about that. What the fuck was that just now? What were you about to tell me? And if you do not tell me, I'll be very upset the whole day. The researchers mentioned a link between...
Her emotions cause the painting's frequencies to fluctuate, attracting the monsters.
Hey, game developers, you're not watching this. I know you're not, but I just wanted to talk to you as a spiritual entity. Why the hell is Rover talking sometimes and then isn't? It's leaving me with a lot of weird mixed feelings. Like, am I the voice? Is he the voice? Why? Like, do you want us to pay the voice actor? I get that, but like, what is that?
But she's not even here.
You said art always reflects artist mood.
It's just...
Artist mood. An artist
I'm
mood.
not really sure why her mood is reacting to us.
Maybe. Could it be because I'm here? She did see what I could do with my resonance ability once. Ever since I saw her diary, I've been wondering. Maybe it was seeing my ability that inspired her to start creating those phantasms. Maybe that's why she began to lose herself in her art. It seems like all those accumulated emotions just burst out whenever we get close to her or one of her paintings. It's all my fault.
It's neither your fault nor the paintings.
But
what the fuck are you talking about? Literally, what? That's like you making art and then someone being like, that art made me kill that man. And then you're like, oh, it's my fault. And you're like, what? What happened?
From the art exchange.
Lone back, Lone. What you be mixing today with your gamer subs? Me, Lone, I tried something that I think is... I'll be honest. As far as my like hit rate with gamer subs and like mixing, it's like 1 out of 3 that's been good. And it's mostly been like, it is not better than just the original. This one is six-pack abs and the Jujutsu Kaisen flavor that you also told me to get. Which doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't taste like better than just them by themselves. Does that make sense? So yeah. More on the... Yeah, let's fight. Let's fucking do this.
Watch out!
Oh, it's these... Oh, we're fighting with her again. Can I finally do the thing? Bang. No, this, sorry. This. She's a character that does a lot, but it's hard to see what the hell she's doing. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. Boom. 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 God, I think it's going to be a hell of a power if you build that shit up. Does she have a charge attack also? Hello, gang. Let me just bust out one of these.
Capture the spark.
She is such a red face. And again, she is a white, and white people tend to have, like, you can see the face. Also, Asian people also have that. Some Native American people who are a little more on the Caucasian side also have a similar beat, where they have like like redness in the face. Doobity-ba-ba-ba. Oh, I see. Lone was saying he has six pack. He ended up using six pack. Really? Lone? I don't know.
You destroyed our warehouses and interfered with our business?
Business. Why is everyone so obsessed with making money?
Well, because you got to survive, but I get it.
Who exactly are you people? You don't look like you're patrollers. What do you want?
I will say that's something that's all a little bit frustrating. I do find that, like, there is the person who is, like, it's all about art, and it's not about making money. But then it's also like, man, fuck you. I get it. I really do get it. But at the same time, it'd be awesome. Like, money allows you to endlessly create your art. So, like, the notion of, like, oh, I would love to make money with my art. I think you know what you don't want, which is probably what the game is trying to tell you, which is, like, don't make money at the cost always for your art, or else you'll end up being, like, hollow, and it'll be just, like, doing work that you don't even enjoy anymore. But still.
If it's the paintings you're after, take as many as you want. We can always make new ones.
Kill this man.
Forcing people to make copies like a factory line? It's disrespecting the creator's dignity.
It's just a couple of stones and trees on a piece of paper, for crying out loud. Even I could draw one with the flick of a wrist. Who cares for the amount of paint and ink that goes into them? I'd even go so far as to say paying those painters 20 credits each is a ripoff.
How could you measure the value of creation in such a way?
All right. Hear me out. I'm locked in. I really do like this. I do, like, one of my favorite sayings, especially recently, I think this is probably something that most people should hear and kind of try to understand. If you want to get good at anything, you should first acknowledge that it's usually made up of two things. Passion and algebra. So when it comes to art, or when it comes to becoming good at, proficient at anything, it is passion and algebra. Passion meaning you need to have a genuine and like locked in thing for it. You need to like want to do the thing that you're doing and have a passion for it. But then you also need the other half, which is a fuck ton of algebra, basically a complexity, understanding how to use a photo editing design, knowing how to like your brush strokes, your coloration, the merging of colors, shadowing. You need to understand all of like the background shit as well. And this is something that's kind of starting to get into the realm of like, art is God's gift, and every artist is perfect and don't let anyone tell you different. But then people are like, well, how do you judge your art then? Well, by if people like it or not, and if I like it. Okay, well, what are you envious when you see a person make like a ton of money from a piece of art that they made? And you're like, kind of, and you're like, well, have you wondered if they have the same mantra as you? Is like, and honestly, this is the thing that's worse, is they may propagate, like an artist that's like a millionaire, etc., may propagate the idea of like, art is just whatever comes to your heart and soul. And meanwhile, in the back of his head, he's like, yeah, believe that, idiot. Art is also knowing what people like and knowing how to shape it so that both of you win, essentially, so that you create something special, and the person who's making or receiving the art is also happy. But it's starting to get into that wishy-washy arty thing, which I love, but I'm also like, sometimes artists need a smack in the face as well.
Oh, so you're also here for the money. Look, name a figure. We'll pay double if it'll make you shut up. How does that sound? Take it and scram.
Kill this man.
That's not what I meant.
She thought about it, though. She's like, maybe. What's going on?
I want to expose everything to the public.
What?
Aside from reporting you to the patrollers, I want to let the public know about all the forgery and smuggling you've been doing. The way you coerce the painters and put their lives at risk for profit? I'll expose it all.
Miss, I think you're great. You're so sweet. You're a little artist person who has a little bit of self-doubt, which makes you all the more charming, okay? I will just say, just a side little tangent. This world has, like, monster attacks at level cities. You know? And, like a severe lack of food for a community that seemingly is growing. And you're going to talk about, like, poor profiteering? I just wanted, hey, we'll do it, but I just don't know if that's going to really connect like you're hoping for it to connect with. But I'm sure, I guess. My character seems to be into it.
Is something wrong?
I like the idea. You have my full support, I guess. We're doing this, I guess.
I can't remain silent about this any longer. This is the only way more people can learn about the truth.
You better think this through. The Shangyuan Art Exchange is not a group you want to cross.
Nong says, gotta have money to make art. Need supplies and food after all. Yeah, for sure. I think it also just like, if you are a person who truly, truly does love like your art, whether it's like, you know, maybe you like pool a lot and you want to play pool more. If you want to play pool more, if you want to have more time to do the thing that you already love, it's convenient when that is also the thing that's making you money. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to look at it a different way and be like, okay, I need to make as much money before I'm the age of 30 or 20 that I can, so that I can retire as soon as possible to dedicate the rest of my life to my art. That also works. But regardless, money is the thing that makes you survive and thrive in a lot of cases. Not like the key to life, but I think it's a giant component. But yeah.
I never painted for the art exchange's approval. If no one else dares to speak up, then I'll be the one to do it.
Which, by the way, the story's doing a pretty good job about, like, there's some subtle stuff there, which I always like to call up, but it's not, she's not really saying that. It's more of just, like, and also, she's not, like, putting it on anybody else. It's, like, her belief. I might have a plan.
First, we keep these guys on close watch. Then, we need to catch them off guard. And the best way to do that is...
break their legs. Lo says, I hope my art one day will be on that level. Which level? Oh, you mean like to be able to make money for? I think it absolutely will be.
Quite the story. At best, this merely proves our involvement in the incident. Yet the real culprit remains unknown. Your accusations are groundless.
This guy is the worst. Anyways, we go along. Yeah, I absolutely think that's possible for sure. I think the trick is, and again, this is what, like, it sounds weird. And this is what I kind of come back to sometimes. But, like, your art, in my case, I love, streaming is fun. Streaming is really fun. I wouldn't say streaming feels like a, yeah, it doesn't feel like art in any way or skill in any real way. It's just you hanging out with your boys and having fun, and stuff like that. But for me, like, creating one of the videos I did, like when I made the video about the VR engine that gives me hope or something like that, which is basically like a storytelling voiceover kind of thing. That to me feels like it's bridging into the realm of, like, it's so catered and so I try to edit in such a way that makes people constantly engage and things like that, where I do feel like it starts to dip a little bit into the feeling I get when I make something and I feel fulfilled by it. But I do wonder sometimes about, like, what is best? Is it better for you to dedicate so much time to morphing your art into something that most people can like and therefore buy? Or is it better to keep your art safe, whatever your art is, and not try to taint it with money? Because, and maybe this is what the story is trying to tell you, but I think it's doing a poor job if that's what it's telling you. But it's the idea of, like, would I rather work really hard at a job I don't like that makes me a ton of money to then be able to retire sooner, or to have more money to spend on my art, not needing the validation or monetary incentive to live? So basically, it's like, what if I just kept my art, and didn't want to make money on it, and instead just wanted to get all of my money from a different avenue? That way I could dedicate all my time to my art and be fine with it. I wonder if the cost sometimes of making your art for other people, and the depths in which you need to understand what other people love, is too great sometimes, you know? So I think that's the tricky question, is do you want it to be on that level to where people would pay money for it? It's tough, because some people think art is, again, there's a lot of, like, art people out there who are like, no, art that comes from the heart is the best. And I do think that's true to some extent, because you do need to have to keep showing up and training every day and trying every day to develop. But it's not a one answer kind of thing, I think. I think it's honestly, like, yeah, we always talk about this, but I think life is a little bit of everything. It's like, it's the right amount of X. It's not about having this or that. It's about having the right amount of confidence, the right amount of envy, the right amount of greed, the right amount of generosity. It's that fine balance of, like, how much is too much, how little is too little, and what is the optimal amount to get me to the best place. That kind of thing.
Allow me to remind you, she was the one who created those paintings, insisted on selling them, and concocted the entire terrifying incident. Do you honestly believe her paintings would have earned a single penny without my intervention?
What a horrible thing. He's basically like, we were not involved at all, and the accusations are terrible, and she's just a stone-faced liar. And then he basically says, yeah, that story was kind of correct, but it's not like you can prove anything. And I'm like, bitch, you just went from, like, nothing to now she's right. Well, like, the jury gonna be on the side of the person.
No. Mr. Baitz, you're changing the subject.
That's it.
How
Fight!
Ungrateful. She ensnared us in this debacle, and now you dare to lay the blame at our feet.
But before we proceed, I wish to present this audio recording to the court.
Get him!
Oh, Mr. Baitzer stopped by again, grumbling about the delay in getting Ming Yan's paintings to the Shan-Yuan Art Exchange.
If Yin Feng hadn't pushed her, she wouldn't have gotten hurt. Now she can't even paint, and our order is gonna be late.
She's been rebellious and a bit too smart for her own good lately. I just wanted her to keep her head down and work. Who knew she'd crack and cause that mess?
Get him.
Mingyan was initially only making copies. Everything changed after you stepped in. Trickery, misinformation, and later on even threats. She was led down the path of forging artworks for you. I do understand that if her own heart hadn't wavered, none of this would have happened. But there was already no turning back by the time she wanted to quit. So, saying she was the mastermind behind it all, that's just not fair.
Even so, how is forgery a valid accusation? Nothing like that was mentioned in your recording, now was it?
We found the original painting in the hidden warehouse. We found evidence of forgery being bought and sold. I don't know which one matters more. Would the painting matter? We found evidence. Well, no, well, I don't think forgery would be the ticket, right? Because nothing like that was mentioned in the record. Yeah, so forgery is not the ticket. The ticket is the painting, I guess?
This evidence clearly shows that these paintings are no ordinary copies, but your way of making a profit.
There's no such thing as real or fake paintings. You're not fooling anyone. For it to be forgery, there has to be another original artist. These paintings are all the work of Ming Yan. Even if she made dozens of identical copies, it wouldn't be considered forgery.
It's not wrong.
Mr. Baitsu, do you recognize this painting?
Well, of course. It's Serenity of ZHEZHI Village, the work of the arcane artist.
Then can you tell the difference between this one and the others?
Of course. This piece possesses a lifelike quality unmatched by any other, all thanks to the resonance ability of the arcane artist Ming Yan.
However, judging from these paintings, it seems Ming Yan's ability never stabilized successfully. Except for this original piece.
Oh, so speaking of which, I'm almost done my piece I've shown out you guys. Oh, have you shown it, or are you going to show it?
What does this have to do with anything? Do you have solid evidence to prove the differences between these paintings? What you're saying is all speculation. There's no guarantee a painter won't make mistakes, is there?
The fact that not even the judge or anyone has come in and been like, hey, so you know how you started off as like, these guys are full of shit, nothing's true, they're all nonsense, I'm gonna assume if they don't pay me. And then you've elevated after like a couple hours of hearing them out. Okay, so most of what they said was right, but none of it's illegal. You don't think anyone, like the jury, is gonna be like, I feel like I'm leaning towards the person who came from 1 to Z compared to the other.
Artists seeking perfection always choose the highest quality pigments for their most important pieces. During our investigation of the studio, I accidentally got paint on me and discovered something interesting about the materials used in these paintings. The original paintings had pigments that were pure and brighter, able to blend more naturally and retain color for longer. In contrast, the forgeries used pigments made from mineral scraps. These don't hold up the same, smudging at the slightest touch. We can distinguish the real paintings from the fakes simply by analyzing the ink used.
This game is beautiful. Very pretty. Also hot. Whenever I see the judge, holy shit.
Doing so only proves the so-called original painting is created differently from the others. Are you implying that Ming Yan is only allowed to use a single kind of pigment throughout her work? How is this supposed to prove that we are behind the forgeries?
Come on!
Because the original creator of Serenity and ZHEZHI Village is me.
What? She's the arcane artist? Oh my god, no. Of course she is. This is one of the most basic, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
When I was a child, painting was the only way I could express myself freely. Everything I did and didn't understand, it all flowed through the tip of my paintbrush. All that I saw lived within my paintings. Whatever I thought, I painted into reality. This power to turn fantasies into reality gradually caught the interest of many. Tales of the arcane artist spread far and wide. I took great joy in my skills improving. However, I discovered to my dismay that my parents were using my creations to turn a quick profit. They were sold at unbelievable prices. Some sought beauty in enchanted worlds, using the paintings as a distraction from reality. Others resorted to hellish nightmares to inflict torment upon those they desire. My own abilities had led my paintings astray. They were being exploited, and everything was spiraling out of control. After I realized this, I began to fear holding a brush. I tried to paint without relying on my abilities, but my parents scolded me for it. They called anything painted without using my abilities worthless.
That's kind of why she probably is the way she is.
After the family business fell apart, my parents vanished without a trace.
Yeah.
They may have left behind a considerable mess, but freedom has also been returned to my brush. ZHEZHI Village was my first stop upon arriving in Jingzhou alone. Waters and mountains rest by the pain, valleys and peaks in the dream remain. Colors of vanity washed away. The painted world fades, forgotten today. A poem I wrote, inscribed on serenity in ZHEZHI village. I know it's not that well written, but it's proof of my decision to stop everything I was doing. And that painting, well, it became the arcane artist's final piece of art. Ever since that day, paintings with special abilities gradually faded from everyone's minds. And I never used my abilities to paint again.
It's really cool because it does give it a reason why she is the way she is, which is very like...
Well, that was certainly a touching story. But I'm afraid your words alone won't be enough to prove you created this painting.
One throat punch. Just one solid throat punch. Anyways, I was going to say was, again, I shout out to the story. Again, it's really, really well done. Like the idea that, again, you have this character that is like a trope, essentially, which is, you know, very, it's like your hyper-typical version of what most people think about it when it comes to an artist that is like truly gifted, which is essentially what do you call it, incredible talent, a shit ton of self-doubt, and a terrible amount of social skills, essentially. And again, that kind of just seems like it's leaning into the tropes of like artistry stuff, but then it actually makes it make sense by the fact that, oh no, she had a terrible upbringing where her parents used her like crazy, and then she literally was like abandoned by her parents. So does that any means to have a person who has overwhelming confidence in their ability and not an overwhelming amount of doubt and criticism, etc., for their ability? But also it makes sense why art is her basically her bastion, because she gave up everything because of it. Again, really good, solid storytelling.
Madame Juyao, to prove my statement, I request your permission to use and paint with one of these copies.
Granted.
That's it. I feel like it's gonna take a long ass time. We're here for till nighttime? Okay. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes. Ming Yang's experience has made me realize something. To create art that truly resonates, I must first accept myself. The paintings I drew in the past, they were heartfelt creations, pieces of my life. They formed my past and shaped who I am today.
The positive picture was great. The one with like the murder and throwing up people, a little fucking dimension for like a 14-year-old.
It's about so much more.
She's probably younger than that.
If my forte is the cause behind all this, then I must take responsibility. I can't just let this go on and hurt others.
Goddamn thing. Oh, I'm ready. Oh, the quality just jumped up to 10. Fuck me up. Do it. That seems like a fucking hack. She just fucking moves her brush a couple inches and it just fucking draws by itself. It's like a Harry Potter power.
So the rumors are
These
true.
paintings are really coming to life.
Huh?
That's dope, man.
Why is the world inside this painting so distorted?
Spectacle is born from the mind. This place must be a manifestation of Ming Yang's mind when she created it.
Why?
Wait, did you hear something? ZHEZHI?
I painted it exactly like hers.
That voice.
Why is everyone still praising her work? It's all right. It's okay. She's gone now. Soon, I'll be an even better painter than she ever was.
Watch out!
Shit, man, that's like, you know how we were talking about Envy a minute ago? That's what Envy looks like. Maxed out Envy? Fuck. That's, yeah.
I've done everything I can.
Ow.
Why are you still better than me?
Oh, I didn't build up enough stacks. I refuse to use another maybe we should use another
I'm so tired.
It hurts. You know what? We'll just pop off a little bit with this. Just a little bit. We're at endgame. We can't really survive with many other things. Do one of these. We'll just... I can't use that, I guess. Do that. Drop to the ground. One of these. Stop hurting me so much.
Take 4.
This. Building up them stacks. You know how it is. But yeah, that's actually poignant a little bit to the whole... you know how I talked about at the beginning of the stream where I was like, you know... envious of other people's work, etc. And it's just bad. It's always bad. Well, not always bad again. I think the right amount of envy can push you. I even think the story mentions that to some extent. Down, there we go.
A new you were just lucky. If it weren't for your parents holding your hands, you'd never have what should be rightfully mine.
Yeah, envy's yucky. Envy can be real son of a bitch. Ow!
I got your back.
This. Ow!
Feathers incinerate.
Damn it, I missed! Fucking damn it!
Sever.
Damn AoE enemies are the worst. Get fucking dodged on, man. This. Pop! Parried also. I could use my ult, but I think I'll wait. I don't know if there's gonna be another phase. Probably not, but hey.
My blade.
Bang. All the art girl. Okay. Ew, its neck is severed in a weird way.
Still, I couldn't do it. Why? I perfected everything. It's all because of your abilities.
My abilities have nothing to do with it. You created masterpieces I wish came from me. Bold, free. I know art paintings have their differences, but the heart and soul we put into them are the same.
This is beautiful, man. Visually, just whew. It's on the same frequency as like a Kung Fu Panda wholesomeness, you know what I mean? Learn to color. Learn to shade, you stupid man. Okay. Oh.
You shouldn't see me as a model to follow. Only when you connect with your truest feelings can you create an exceptional piece of art.
Cute. Oh, man, artists know how much you touch your face in general. Hello, random people. Can I talk to this bastard? Bellic merely glares at you without saying a word. Hey, Bayek. Hey, Bayek. I'll kill your whole family. Okay? She's out here suing you. Guess what? We live in a fucking apocalypse. What do you think is going to happen? Okay? I don't know why we're out here having a trial, all right? People are starving to death outside. Okay?
Oh.
Damn. Hello, Mayor. It's beautiful. We should be able to use this as proof, right? Of course. It'll be on the record. Everything for faith. Thank you. Thank you. I wish you were actually a playable character because you are hot. You got a scar on the face. Hot damn. That hat as well. Ha. Where is she also? Oh, she's just in my pocket. Okay. Cool. Pure cinema. Yeah, man. It kind of got me a little choked up there a little bit, surprisingly.
When I learned the truth, I was heartbroken.
Yeah, sorry, it got me a little emotional a little bit when I was seeing that, because again, it was one of those moments where I was like, oh shit, that's like a weird fate thing that, you know, I happened at the very beginning of the stream talking about how I'm dealing with a little bit of, how do I phrase it? A little bit of, feeling like what I'm getting is less than what another person might be getting, and that, like, you know, normally you take that in stride, but recently it's happened quite a bit where, like, other people who have tried it, my goal essentially have got it relatively easily, and it's kind of, you build up this kind of like, man, damn it, I'm a bitch, And it kind of creates a slight feeling of envy. But in that instance, you could see how disgusting envy can kind of turn into. And yeah, how it's at the end of the day, it's all irrelevant. It's just like even if it is a race, quote unquote, which it's not. It's just you climbing up a hill. Other people might sprint up there really quickly, but ultimately it doesn't really matter because you're not them. You know, they may sprint up there quickly and then break their fucking knee on the way down, or whatever it could be. You know, so yeah, it's just better just to not think about those kinds of things, I think. Although I don't think it's wrong to say that you have those feelings.
I believed that by sealing my forte, no one would get hurt because of my paintings. I never expected them to continue causing harm after all these years.
Well, you can't control that shit. People make crazy. Trying to control people's minds. Look at that! Such a cute little smile.
But Rover's words made me realize something. It was never about the paintings themselves, but rather those who sought to use them to hurt others.
What a little angry bitch.
Mr. Baitsu, you run a highly esteemed calligraphy and painting institution, yet you've suppressed the creative spirit and violated these artists' dignity, all for the sake of wealth. Everything they cherished has now become a tool for profit. The works they held dear are just tools for your gain, insulting to both the original artists and their imitators.
Get fucked, aka.
Set before you is the original painting from many years ago, and the one I've just completed. Now, everything has been brought to light.
So can you go into the painting, or is it moving constantly?
We received word from the Public Security Bureau 10 minutes ago that they have taken the exiles into custody and found the location where the paintings were hidden. Mr. Baitsu, do you have anything else to add to your defense?
Die. Congratulations, lady. You destroyed a man. We wanted him to be... I'm happy with it. I just thought it was funny where such a wholesome, pure soul is like, that man is dead. Gonna be in prison for the rest of his fucking life. Okay.
Very well. We will reevaluate Mingyan's charges, determine the Shangyun Art Exchange's involvement in the incident, and conduct a comprehensive investigation as soon as possible. This hearing is adjourned.
Yay, joy! Also, Ray alone says pure cinema, and Raid said beautiful. I agree. I thought it was very pretty. But again, it would be crazy if it wasn't when it's an art topic. Like the whole thing is about art. So it'd be wild for them to be like, fuck it. It should be like disgusting.
It's finally over.
You did great.
I didn't miss anything important, did I?
You hid your nerve. You did great.
Huh? No, not at all. I was just coming up with things to say as I went. My palms were sweating the whole time.
On that king
I definitely
shit.
couldn't
Queen
have done
shit.
it if you weren't there with me. Thinking about the feeling when we were investigating the case together is what kept me calm during the trial. What I meant to say is, back then, everything I said felt right. Like I could just be myself around you.
I will say...
It felt so good to be that relaxed.
Sorry, I will say... Wuthering Waves is starting to do this thing where it hyper leans into, like, you could be like very... I think every anime thing does this, every anime game, where it's like, hey, I think you're cute, and then the person's like, blushes, and then never brings it up again. Like, you basically make no progression, but you can still make choices that are like friendlier than just like totally besties. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Thank you for helping me through this. You helped me find the courage to believe in myself. Thanks to you, look at everything we accomplished. The Shangyun Art Exchange is undergoing investigation. It'll be the end of their businesses. And the painters they coerced are finally set free. Thank you. I haven't felt this happy in a long time.
Don't mention it.
I want to pay Mingyang a visit. After all, she was involved in all of this, and I want to tell her everything.
She's like, fuck you! I hate you! You have had an easy life compared to me. And you're like, my fucking parents like abused me almost. Jesus.
What do you think?
Can I come with you?
My commission started with her. Plus, you and I solved the case together. Why don't you come with me?
Is the commission over?
Yes. I already had it taken care of the day we found out the truth.
Huh.
All right, let's go.
That didn't seem right. That seems robotic. I don't think that's right. Yeah, we should have probably been like, oh, you could have been done, like, immediately? This is where they do this shit. Okay, good. I think it tells us where to go next, I think. Sometimes it's hard to complete the task sometimes. Because, like, there's always, like, a follow-up quest, even though you're largely done. It's like the epilogue, I guess. But yeah. What was I going to say? It's funny because at this time we are experiencing two characters. One who is Jane Doe, who's like sexy, provocative, femme fatale kind of stuff like that, you know. And then we have this, which is like wholesome stuff, guys. And hey, everyone likes the Jane Doe, but you should marry a girl like this artsy girl. Okay, I'm so bad with names, I can't remember her name. But okay, she's wifey material. You know what I mean? They're anime characters. We're all losers. I'm sorry, that parasitic voice in my head came up. Listen, if I didn't say that in high school, people would beat me up. Actually, well, they wouldn't because I had a bunch of friends that would beat them up. But anyways, point is, they're cute. I don't know how to handle that.
A chat won't hurt. And you must be the Rover.
The Rover. Why did everyone call me the Rover? It's very odd. You know me?
I heard about everything you did. Thank you for freeing me from those nightmares. You know what, ZHEZHI? You may seem soft and gentle on the outside, but if your boundaries are crossed, I think you can be tougher than anyone else. And I still owe you an apology.
I don't know anybody. Some people, if you cross them, will like live their whole life to destroy you, you know, until you're completely ruined. And then they'll be like, meh. Might as well kill you, you know, or get you close.
Forgive me, because I was so obsessed with wanting to be you, to be better than you. I've caused you so much trouble. The pain of these injuries managed to put a stop to my obsession with imitating your paintings. Maybe I was never meant to be a painter to begin with.
Is she gonna come in?
I brought you a gift.
Nope. She's like, yeah, you suck. Jesus. Maya accepts a scroll painted with it, staring at it for a long time after opening it. Is this the one that we just finished?
See? Only you can create a painting with such life. I still have a long way to go.
This is your painting.
I made your work better. Oh.
It's the one you gave me when we first met.
How ironic. I've been trying to imitate you for so many years that now I can't even tell my own paintings apart anymore.
Your paintings were never inferior to mine. Just look at this piece. Even you approve of its value. It doesn't matter who painted it. Mingyang, I hope you can find your true self, whoever she is. I know you can do it.
Thank you for bringing me this painting. Really.
Lone says something really cool. He says, some people can hold a grudge, and that's putting it lightly. Yeah. I was going to say, Lone, there's a book that I'm reading.
I think it's safe to say she'll give it some thought.
That's right. There's this book that I'm reading called Lone. I think it's like, it's pretty good. It's the title of the book is fucking S tier. The title is 5 People That Will Ruin Your Life. Essentially. Yeah, it goes over like, what was it called? An SCP, I think is what it's called. A high conflict person. No, high HSP, high conflict, whatever that would be. I can't think of it right now. Brain's getting all fuzzy. But it goes through like all of these traits about like a person who, it kind of goes over like it's basically a psychologist that after working like years and years in the field, he came up to like these 5 things that were like people who will genuinely ruin your entire life, like people who are borderline narcissism, I think is what it's called. But it's basically people who like, I don't want to go into all the weird things, I can't remember it very easily, but the one of the best rules, which is just if you guys don't want to read the book, one of its like dominant rules is the 90% rule. So if you're ever like, well, how do I, I see that guy who dated that girl and then he like broke up with her and then she proceeded to like ruin his whole fucking life. Told everyone that he was like a cheater and that he beat her and stuff horrible. People like that, people who just find the one crazy out of the 90% of people. But essentially that's what the 90% rule is. So like if you ever encounter something with a person that 90% but all collective people would probably not behave in that way, then that's a pretty big warning sign. Now you can't use it has to be a pattern. It has to be enough of like, this person has done something that's out of the 90% of what most people would do often enough. So for instance, one of the contexts it gives in the book is if you're a female and you're going on a date and it's your second date, and then randomly the person you're with sets his hand on your ass and you're like, whoa, we're not there yet, don't do that. And then the person basically plays it off as if it's totally normal. Would 90% of people, given the atmosphere and context, do that? Probably not. Probably a second date and she's not putting off any signal or anything like that. It's just weird for you to do that. So that's a no-go. The same thing could be said as another example in the book is basically a guy. He meets this girl. She wants to like move fast, so they end up like getting married in 2 months. And when he's marrying her, they end up filling out the like certificates to get married. And she basically he's surprised because it says that she's I think 35 and she said she was 30. So he's like, why does it say you're 35? And she's like, oh, don't you know every girl lies about their age, essentially, is what she says. But then again, if you use the 90% rule, it's like, do you think 90% of just people, women are included in that, lie about their age? Probably not. So like, if you see enough of those, it's supposed to be a really red flag for one of these high conflict people, which is basically the 5 types of people that will ruin your fucking life. People who are like vindictive, insecure, have a victim complex, stuff like that is what the book goes into. But it's been pretty good thus far that I'm reading it, and I'm like, holy shit. But again, the person also tries to make a point of like, this is like 90% of people you'll meet are reasonable. They'll like, you could communicate with them really well. But then there's this like 10% that have like a hyper obsession or disorder that will like lock into you what's going on with you and ruin your fucking life if you do anything bad to them, so to speak, And it's funny because they kind of talk about things like, I've always associated something with like bipolar disorder, but it's not like that, or at least it doesn't make a case for that. It makes it almost like, let's not call it that, let's just call it the actions in which someone constantly takes in. Like one of them is it's like narcissism has a tie with what seems like bipolar disorder, someone who's like super happy and all into you, and then hates you. Like I've actually seen this happen with like female friends of mine, where like they're talking about another female friend that they have, and they're talking about how they're their best friend, that they love them forever, that they're amazing, and then they pivot to the next day and they're the bitch, they're the worst, and they just start dragging the shit out of them, and they constantly seesaw like this. That's not normal behavior. That's not 90% of people constantly do this, Anyways, I thought it popped into my head when Lone brought up Grudges. That's a book I'm reading right now. I shouldn't say reading, listening to what I'm working out. Anyways, let's wrap this up.
During the few times we met, she was always passionate about discussing art with me.
Good biddy.
I think that fire inside her won't just fade away. Come to think of it, the deep discussions we had and the painting duels back then felt like true friendship. So, seeing her in so much pain, I just had to help. I don't want Ming Yang to lose hope and have someone who loves painting so much just disappear.
I think she understands what you meant earlier. And she seemed to cry.
To be honest, I didn't just see this case through to correct mistakes or help the artists. Deep down, I didn't want to let you down.
Cute.
I wanted to tell you this back at the mine, but the words just didn't come out right.
It looks so good without the shit on the screen. I hope dearly in 1.2 they give us the option to go into hide UI and then also autoplay. Again, I don't know if they will. I haven't heard any hint at it, but Jesus Christ, that'd be nice. It's fine. I understand what you were saying. I'm glad you finally... No, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Thank you for being my friend and helping me through all of this, Rover.
I can say the same to you. Wholesome.
While I have yet to uncover my past and who I am, Every moment with you is a new and special memory. Thank you for your help, ZHEZHI. This experience has helped me understand you and the world.
Bolty_1337 said, man, she is as flat as a board.
Yeah, but she makes up for it in every other category. Bolty, let me ask you this. A girl who is sweet, would love to share you for the rest of your life, is excited to see you when you walk in the door from your whatever work, all right? And down, all right, that's all I'll say. And happens to be flat as a board. But all those other things come into the picture. Is she not a 10? I still think there's a 10. Or are you like, nah, nah. A flat chessboard, -5. Like, damn, man, shit. Fuck. I will say, yeah. Look at that goddamn blush. Also, not flat. Not flat.
You seem to be pretty slow on the news.
Bolty_1337 said, sure flat, Justice.
Sure, a flat Justice. I must say, not that flat, to be honest. I think her whole frame is just tiny. I think she's just a tiny, thin girl. Granted, I think, yeah, I'm looking from another angle. I don't think it's that flat. Definitely not like fucking wild people like Chang Li, who's eating fucking like dragons, essentially. Too much protein. Anyways, so you know what, so you know how to tell a joke. You seem pretty slow on the news, Grin. What? I don't know what's happening.
You've given me the courage to joke around.
I'll be honest. The glasses made...
Lone Syndicate said, look at that smile plus no glasses, goddamn.
I was about to say, I personally love the glasses. I think glasses add like a plus 2.5 hot level, okay? Also wholesome level. It weirdly goes both ways, I find. Anyways, especially circular glasses, mad cute. Anyways, does this mean you can do some in front of others? Does this mean you can do the same in front of others? Oh no. Oh, I see. Are we special, basically?
Well.
Ooh, she's kicking back.
Let's take it slow for now.
I don't mind being special. That's fine. That's fine. Wholesome, sweet. I will say it does do a lot of that. Inspect. Hi, Rover. I'm sure if this message will reach you, but I hope it does. What? Should I fall asleep here or something? There's something I've been wanting to tell you, but I can't seem to find the right words in person. To be honest, I'm afraid you might reject what I'm about to ask. I'd like to give you this scroll of a painting. It's not just because you helped me with my situation, but also because you freed me from my worries that have been haunting me for years. The patroller returned the village that I drew during the hearing, but I wanted you to have it now. After all, it's the reason we met, a testament to our shared journey, a symbol a symbol of courage you instill in me. In a way, we created this painting together. My heart will always be connected to this piece, and I must admit I have an ulterior motive. I want it to stay with you. Awesome! What? Red Black Hand, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate the sentiment, very sweet. 2 people, thank you so much. Hello. Damn, I'm sorry, I apologize. We are winding down. I also have to use the washroom, damn it. But I will, thank you so much. Appreciate it so much. Yo, nothing much, man. We just wrapped up the artist girl's story, which has been massively wholesome and very sweet. Again, it's kind of a nice wake-up call for people, anyone who has like any sort of artistic bone in their body a little bit, but like, it's not a good idea to envy other people's art and all that stuff, and envy other people's progression, because it's not about that. It's about your life and what you progress through, and stuff like that. But I will say, the game does seem to be doing this, and I wonder if this is like the devs subtly doing this. Because eventually I think we're going to have like a part 2 to stories when eventually we have like a rerun of characters. And I wonder if that part 2 is going to have more like romantic like options, because they have that first thing, which is there's something I've been wanting to tell you, but I can't seem to find the right words in person. To be honest, I'm afraid you'll reject me when I ask. So it's like, that's a little telling. But anyways, thank you for the thing. I could have forgotten that. I could have absolutely forgotten that. I've just been like, oh shit, I guess we're not getting it. Hot damn. But we finally got that, and it's Primo Gems. That's the only thing that you really need to get after and grind. One day. Oh, I right. This is the when we get access to the free character. Yes, it is. I also have this event, which I don't know what it really is, but yeah. Nah, it's all right. Keep going. Gotcha, Red. What do you call it? Lone also said, let me catch up on everything. Look at that smile. Lone says, did you think Jane with glasses is wholesome, Grin? Not Jane. Jane, I think, has too much hot will, basically. Although I did see somebody say that at the end of the story quest, which I haven't beat yet for the ZZZ, apparently at the end of the story quest, the wolf boy and her, I'm not sure if they get on good terms or what, but yeah. But we've only ever seen her be exceptionally physical with ladies, which I don't know if it's exactly a tell of whatever she might be personally attracted to, but yeah. Red says, yo, what's up? Yeah, saying hi to Lone. What do you call it? Ladies and gentlemen, we still have this again. I am both extremely happy with Withering Wave, with just how much content they're giving us. Like, I can't even believe we have so many events to do. But at the same time, they also give us plenty of time to do it. But maybe it's just because we're juggling Withering Waves and ZZZ that it's like, oh my god, there's so much that's happening. It's just like an endless turn. But I am pretty hyped about getting this character. It sucks that we can't like preview him a little bit. I would like to play the trial run to see if he was any good. But we'll do that on Saturday. Again, I mismatched. I thought it was coming out today because I seen that the update went live, but it just updated the game, and then it's going to unlock when we get a little bit later down the line, which is a little odd. But yes, other than that, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what popularity 200 means. I don't know if that's like people in like the beta are currently testing him. That's the 200 people there. I don't know. I don't know. But there's so much to do, and I can't wait to do it. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we will be playing Black Myth Wukong, which is a very, very fun game. Also, Red Hand says, typing really slow, though. One hand struggle. No! It's the event. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, the event? Is that like, so we don't actually get them to unlock until enough people grind it out? Shit. Kotia says, you can try him now in the... in the event. Oh, I see. Yeah, the one event. Yeah, I know. I need to grind out the other event, but we still have time for that one, though, right? I think that one we still have plenty of time with, so it's not as rush. It's not much of a rush. Yeah, that one. It's one day, but I think where is it? Is it the top one? Yeah, this one. I think we still have 22 days. I kind of leave things for the last minute, which is not a good thing. Gang, I'll be right back, and then we probably will. I'll see. We might play a little more, or we might wind down. Forgive me if I'm leaving you back. I use the washroom. I've been holding it for like so long. Then we get raided. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I'm back. I'm back. Right back. Yeah. Green screen is always fighting me. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to do. Oh, we could chip away a little bit something else maybe, but it's also getting late, and I still gotta grind goddamn ZZZ. Although we have Jane Doe on ZZZ, so I'm like, part of me just wants to play. Oh wait, that's what we could do. Let's do that. It's gonna be hell, but hey, we'll try it out and see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, For the few people that are here, give me every shred of your luck, please, because I want to see if we can take our already pretty good Changli, which has a solid 48 critical rate and 260 critical damage, but we also have a ton of fire amp right here, fire amp, not bad, and a decent amount of attack scaling. Our artifacts are good, but not great, but we do have max investment. I mean, fucking max investment with her, except for the intro skill, because who gives a shit. But anyways, point is, we're going to start rolling. We have so many artifacts, it's probably stupid at this point. And yeah, but let's see what we can get after. Also, is anyone here going for the shorekeeper? Because a person came in here at the very beginning of the chat and started talking to us about it. And I don't know, I didn't really understand what he was, I don't know what she does. I haven't actually been privy to the leaks, really, of what she does, because I'm not getting her. I don't know. To me, I'm like, again, to me, I don't know why. I still have the idea of like faction legions. So I have like a fire team and I have an ether team, but I don't really have much. You don't know the shorekeeper? Shorekeeper is, she looks fucking amazing. I'll bring her up here. Give me a sec. Also, sorry for the weird green screen that looks like shit. That has like, you can clearly see the void. Anyways, where is, there. Withering waves. Why did that not click? Withering wave. There we go. Shore keeper, there it is. Shorekeeper, boom. She looks good, okay. I think she looks great, but yeah, I could see some people being like, not 100%. The tools large. Why won't it pull up? Why is tools shitting it? There we go. Large size, boom. That, good. Somewhat high quality, good enough. Boom, 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 boom. This. This is the character that's coming out in the next patch in 1.2. This is the shorekeeper. She looks pretty damn good. She's all about butterflies, and she's a spectral character. So she is basically light. So if you have Dragon Girl, I think she's going to be working perfectly with her. Apparently she... I don't know, she has an extra dodge, so I don't know. I don't know, but besides, she looks good. Gotta see my dark room. What? What do you mean? Red says, gotta see my dark room, Lamau. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I see. What do you call it? Raid says, just get someone who genuinely cares about you at the very least. What do you mean? Oh, you mean like just a partner-wise? Yeah, of course, yeah. I feel like that's, I mean, the goal, I think, again, people have weird goals for what they want for significant others, but for me, I think the one that I heard recently, again, that makes me be like, that's a good-ass benchmark, but it's someone who basically is excited to see you when you come home after work, essentially, and not someone who's like, oh, it's you, but someone like you greets you at the door and is like, hello. Oh, I'm not sure when I'm streaming. Okay, gotcha. Also, Coyote says, you can, try him through the event. Is he good? Also, I'm sorry for forgive me for the name. I'm not really good with names. Kotia? What do you call it? Have you tried the one fist guy? Is he good? Because people say he's like really good. Then I hear like a bunch of thumbnails that drive me nuts. They're like, we were wrong about him. But I'm like, does that mean he's good or worse? Like, did you think he was powerful and he's bad, or do you think he was bad and now he's good? I don't know. But let's do some re-rolling. We got to switch everything to be good. Molten set, we will go to... Well, actually, I gotta look at which one's the worst. So we have this critical piece, which is okay critical rate, okay attack percent, critical damage. That one's not terrible. It just has a lot of good sub-base stats.
Gnawing Fetus said good luck. Have fun.
Attack percent, better. Critical damage, 13, Critical rate, basic attack damage is also not ideal, but we got critical rate, so it's not the end of the world. Which one is really bad? 13 critical damage is not bad at all. Basic attack is good. Resonator skill damage, that one's pretty good. I will probably keep that one, actually. Resonator damage, critical damage, HP and attack percent. It's tough, man. That's a 1, so we could re-roll that, I think. No, actually, we can't. It's critical damage. It's crazy. Sorry, it's critical damage 1 in a lot. We might need to re-roll one of these. Yeah, it's got critical rate. It's not bad. It's not like, not crazy. And that's a 3rd. So we're going to have to find one that is actually fusion-based, which this one is. And it's got defense at a base stat. We hate to see it. Wait, is that one my previous? No, it's the same thing. Okay, good. Good. Shit, was it this one? Yes. Upgrade. Let's rock. We'll do up to, I think it's 10 Tend to see the first roll is any good. We have also, how many do we have? Heavy damage. It's not bad. We do use our heavy a little bit. What do you call it? Let's put some more of these in there. Probably should use our old ones first. We need to get up to 15. Boom. Upgrade. Did you get Jane Doe? Yeah, man. What do you call it? Red? There was so much. People were so sweet yesterday. We played a lot of ZHEZHI Wednesday, and we got Jane after spending too much money. Again, people bailed me out a little bit and gave, well, not a little bit, a lot. They donated for like a heavy amount of pulls, and we eventually got her. We like failed as hard as you could, but in the end, it might have worked out because we also got a lot of the dog boy who seems to synergize with Caesar, who's the other character I really want to get in that game. Ha, my chest. Also, we have almost 4K of the resonator enhancement things. This is a dud. I hate you. It's defense based. Shitty. Fusion. Ooh, this one's starting with critical rate. That's not bad. Oh no, it's 10. I see. So it's already leveled up. We want one that's not leveled up. This is 3. Oh no, it always starts at 3. Plus 10, plus 0. Okay, so now we're on the ones that we want to check out. Attack percent. We want fusion damage if possible. I don't know if it really matters how big the difference between fusion damage and attack percent is, but hey. Crap. And energy recharge, not animo. Fusion, there we go. Upgrade. All the way up to 10. You can check out how many polls I got for only my Twitch. Ooh, what do you call it? How did you end up getting Jane Doe as well, Red, or no? I should probably call you Hand, maybe, because we have someone in our community named Red, and I don't want to make anything confusing. Let's see if we get. I didn't mean to actually level it up that much. Basic attack is not going to be an improvement from what we already have, and heavy attack is also not going to be a very good improvement from what we already have. So that's probably a goodbye for that one, unfortunately. Damn, man. That's why I don't like doing it on stream just now, because it's just a bummer. It's just like you're like, we fail again. Oh, we're just catching L's all day. Okay. Animo. I probably also should be, there we go, like, favoriting the ones that are good. Although, granted, it's weird, because, like, there's a lot, we get, like, Spectral for some, but it's not that good when the artifact set seems to be so valuable. Yeah, you'll be surprised. Did you get man? I don't know if I could be more surprised with the person in our community named Fluff. He got her on the second. He got 2 of her within, like, I think. I don't know if I want to butcher, but my warped perception of it might be like, I think he got 2 copies of Jane Doe in probably like 60 to maybe less than that polls, but 2 copies is fucking. Whew. 1 copy is like madness, but 2 copies? That's beyond madness. Oh, and you got her weapon. Yeah, see, that's I don't know, is her weapon necessary? I know her weapon is good. I just don't know. We probably should stop upgrading at that point. Defense kills me. But yeah, should we have kept up? Is the weapon like? Because I thought the weapon was very specific to her, you know. And I could see there being like another attack DPS one that like benefits from like attacking them many times, you know, or something as simple as like parrying, giving a massive damage out. 60 is too much. What do you mean, like 60 polls? Man, what do you call? 30 is too much. Is still too much. Wow, did you get her like? Did you get what? You got a weapon and that under like 20 polls? I would say maybe like 23. Not sure too. Damn, what do you call Hand? That is wild. What's good, Red? What's good, Red? Over on YouTube. Red says, "Hey, what's good, Red? I'm happy we caught you. What have you been getting up to, Red? By the way, have you been playing? Have you wrapped up your Elden Ring mod and all that stuff? Also, what game have you been playing? I know you were waiting to get an Elden Ring when you finished up the mod, and then you had all the mods you wanted to make that shine, you know? Also, Nog says, good luck. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Nog. I'm so sorry if I'm talking over the AI voice, because, yeah. I was going to go for her, but I changed my mind. Oh, the Shorekeeper? Not a bad idea. Again, especially with people saying that if you can hold out for this patch, you might get the Stalker Girl in Wuthering Waves the next patch, which is the, like, black and white hair girl person. Less? Oh my god, like you both of them, the weapon and the thing, are they separate values? So like on the weapon matter, you're saying you spent like let's say 10 and you got her, and then on the character banner you spent like 4, so like a total of like around, I don't know, would it be 14 or something like that, less? That's not the numbers I use. I'm just saying. It seems like that was too much. Yeah. Her and her weapon. I'm going to guess if it's not even 20, it must be like 13? 14 maybe? Just because you'd be talking crazy, so it must be that good. You can check. What do you call it? I have my stream thing pulled up on this chat, so in order for me to get it up here, it would be a little bit too involved because I have stream on 2 PCs, so I'd have to. It'd be a lot simply put to pull it over here. I'd have to get the count, log into my Twitch on this computer, and then be able to show it on this computer. It's a little bit too involved. I agree, but yeah. No, that's not fusion. Where is one more fusion? This is the last row we will do for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Tomorrow we will be playing the Monkey King game, which I am thoroughly enjoying, but have not played it all this week because I edited a Borderlands video hyped for the sequel, whilst also ripping apart Borderlands 3 because I hated Borderlands 3.
Raid said I forgot to mention when I hit pity on Jane banner, I got 2 Janes in the 110 pool.
Everything else. I've rambled at you enough about it, but yeah, I just want to be clear. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Defense. Kill yourself. Why?
Balti underscore 1337 said good
Flat
night.
attack. You're the worst. Just the worst. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was a very fun stream for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed experiencing that story with you guys. Again, it's weirdly, it's odd how life happens sometimes, but I was having like a little bit of a random struggle bus conversation at the very beginning of the stream where I was talking about how, I'm currently, my brother's currently getting into making content, and he came out with some like amazing idea of how to create like content. Like he has an anime strategy for like making anime videos, and it makes a lot of sense. And I'm helping him, like I'm telling him like the things that I wish I knew when I was starting out. And as awesome as that is, he's already getting like a ton of momentum, and he has a great idea. Of course he would do well. But at the same time, it also left me being like, damn, man, I've been at this for a while, and you just fucking explode. It's crazy. But it's also, again, good for them. But it
Lone
creates this
Syndicate
feeling
said,
of like
night,
a little bit of
everyone,
envy,
and remember
a
to
little bit
drink
of
from the Sea of Madness,
having
brothers.
a story which is basically the topic is art and creating things, and your capacity for what envy eventually leads you to, which is just like stagnation and frustration instead of actually just doing what you love, which is creating things. And in my case, telling stories. So to me, it's just it's nice that when you see life gives you something when you need it, I guess, is kind of convenient and nice. But lastly, ladies and gentlemen, thank you kindly for spending time with me. Also, Red says, I was in the hospital for 3 days. Oh my God, Red, I hope you're okay. What happened? Now, pause down the stream. What happened, Red? Holy shit. I forgot to mention that I hit pity on Jane Doe banner, and I got 2 Janes and Denpel. Let's go! That's so awesome, Raid. You're going to be signed, sealed, and delivered then, man. Especially that C1 is so good for Jane. You got her 8? Oh my God, that's insane hand. 6 for her and 2 for the weapon banner. That is wild, man. Good. That's awesome. I'm so happy. I'm happy for all you guys who got her immediately. Again, I can't be upset at all. Because of people who bailed me out yesterday when I could have came out with absolutely nothing. But sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and it's really sweet when people bail you out, which I appreciate you guys for again. Again, I was worried about yesterday because of that reason. I worried I was...
Raidnade said, "Oh yeah, GRINN. Don't forget to change the stream title."
Because like a big part of like streaming and creating content is being kind of okay with your viewers donating to you and stuff like that. And it's not that I don't appreciate the shit out of it, but I was trying to explain to my funny enough, I was talking to my mom about it, and I was trying to explain to her like why it feels a little weird, and not weird, like it feels wrong almost, to like accept your guys giving me a donation, etc. And I was trying to describe to why it feels weird, and I came to this conclusion, which if anyone's still confused about why I feel weird about it, also sorry, I'm sure people are hearing things, and the one thing. Also, hello, Kuhn. Kuhn says, can you tell me how to use Changli? I will if you just... Oh, I guess I could tell you kind of right now. Changli, the way you use her essentially is you just do a lot of attacks, and eventually you'll unlock that special thing in the right there, your second attack. So after 4 attacks, you get this massive big attack. Just by doing normal button mashes, and that will give you a charge right up over health. So we have 4 charges. So when eventually we reach maxed out charges, we can do a whole charge, which will do a giant explosion. So basically the idea is you're going to build up those stacks and then do a whole charge, and that will pop and make everything else explode, which is great. But if you don't want to sit there and button mash a ton and get to your 4th combo like this, and then be able to use it. What you can do is use your Y, which does a decent amount of damage, and immediately puts you into that first state. So the idea is that you'd enter into combat, use her skill, then use the melee button, the normal attack, which would detonate one stack, and that would give you a stack. You do it again, boom, melee again, activate your skill. Now you're at max stacks. Now you would detonate that with that, and then you would have 2, and then you would just use melee for a little bit, and then you'd have your other 2 stacks, and then you do a whole charge, and you would expend that bar above your health, and then you would do this massive pop, essentially. That's not it, though. When you use your ult, you regain max stacks. So the nuance of using her is basically making it so that you always go into her ult, ideally with using no more than like 1 stack in your charge. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So you're like, if for instance right now I have my ult and I have 3 stacks, it is not worth it for me to use my ult because I'm not benefiting the most of the ult. Right now, my best course of action would be to use my Y, then melee something, make contact. I'd get 3 stacks. I would then hold charge, which would expend this giant pop. And then I would use my ult, which would then give me max stacks, and then I would be able to use that that charge hit again and pop. Does that make sense? So you're basically constantly trying to fill up that ult bar, and the way you do that is by using your basic attack to get to that 4th hit, which is this, boom, and using your skill, which helps you cheat and get to that 4th hit, boom, and then you can do that again. And then when you finally have max stacks, always let it rip, essentially, and you let it rip before you use your ult, because your ult resets the entire thing. That's essentially how you use Changli. I can't explain it anymore because we're about to wind down for the stream, so forgive me. Okay, Red also says, sorry, I should finish the train of thought I mentioned. So the reason why I was telling my mom about like how it feels weird when you guys donate to me, and I very much appreciate it, but it felt a little weird, made me feel like I'm bad at this whole streaming thing and YouTube thing. Because a big part of like streaming and YouTube is receiving money, essentially from people who are watching you and etc. But to me, I was trying to explain it to my mom in this way, and I kind of came to this conclusion or way to explain it, which was, imagine if you ran a small business, and you have a customer that just randomly comes in the door, and they're like, "Hey, can you give me this? Can you make me a cup of coffee?" You're like, "Sure, absolutely, I can make you a cup of coffee." They give you the amount of money for the coffee, and they leave. Totally fine, right? Now imagine if you had a person who you deeply knew for a long period of time, maybe a friend that kind of came to town, goes into your coffee shop and says, "Hey, can I have a coffee?" Now the friend wants to pay for the thing, and you're not going to like beat your friend up for paying you, but it also makes you feel like, well, I don't want to charge you for this. Like you shouldn't pay because you're like my friend. I know you a lot, and that's kind of the same feeling I feel like when people gave me money yesterday. Is this feeling of like, I know you guys. I don't want you guys to feel like you have to do this, but at the same time, it makes me also feel like, well, shit, that's a part of this game that is content creation. But I don't really know if I love that part of the game. So in my head, I don't know, I'm starting to think maybe it's a better idea to pursue, I haven't decided anything yet, so I don't want to say too many things, but maybe it's a better idea that I pursue making money in a career of some kind, and then keeping YouTube kind of just a place where I create things. And if it works out, it works out, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know. I just thought I'd just talk on that, because I feel like yesterday I didn't handle it the best when people were being generous to me. I was kind of like, stop doing this. Don't do that again. And it's not that I didn't appreciate it. It was just that it felt weird. It felt like you're taking money from a friend, which otherwise you shouldn't have. And it was also bad because you guys were giving me money for a game that I think is pretty ruthless. The gacha games are brutal as far as money spent, So, but anyways, that's just something I was rambling about in my head, and I was kind of trying to figure out why I feel the way I feel about it. Anyways, Raid says, outside of the whole being hospitalized, I've bought and been playing Hogwarts Legacy since being out of the hospital. Is Hogwarts Legacy not modded to utter hell, Red? I don't even know. I want to imagine what kind of mods you'd be downloading, what kind of mods people have been making. But hopefully you'll tell us about it tomorrow, because again we gotta wind down a little bit. But yes, good night, y'all. Saying goodbye to Raid. Sweet. Oh yeah, Grin, don't forget to change the stream title. Oh right, yeah, the thing, yeah. Raid says, I actually managed to get C2 from Jane before I got C6 from Seth. Damn, really? Shit. Raid says, I mentioned this I didn't see it, damn. Unless you at me, sometimes I get into my own little world and start editing too much. Yeah, Coon got it, perfect. Happy to help you, Coon, or probably Lone helped you a little more than me, but stack with and hold the big net. Boom, yeah. Nog says, things to consider for you, Grin. Think of this as a tip. We don't have to but want to, and at least, and I'm at least, yeah, again, it's not about that necessarily, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's, yeah, like, I've always had, like, kind of a weird issue, like, again, you want to know something that's, like, a testament to how stupid I am? That's not even stupid, it's how, like, this weird feeling in my heart feels weird, but, like, I've had in the description of my Mind Palace of Madness channel for, like, I want to say 3 months, that used to take them to a link of, like, you could become a member on the Mind Palace of Madness channel on my GRINN channel, which is my streaming channel. It was monetized before my VR channel.
Very moment.
So basically that was a way to lead people to, like, a way to support me if they wanted to, if they were really liking the VR content. But eventually I got monetized on my my Mind Palace of Madness channel, my VR channel. So I was like, oh, perfect. I'll just make the membership link go to my Mind Palace of Madness membership. That way people can get, like, you know, unique emojis or whatever, not emojis, emotes, if I ever want to do that. But it's been 3 months and I still haven't set it up. So that link is basically broken. And it's not that I don't know I should do it. It's not that I know it might not, it could pull people in, possibly. But to me, it's just, I don't know, man. The whole money thing, I think it's because, like, the idea that I always had, which I think has worked, is you create something that you determine to be worth something, like valuable enough to be something where, like, it would maybe be deserving of money. And I don't think I've gotten to that point yet. I don't know if I'd ever get to that point, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, there's no, again, I can talk to myself for so long to try to kind of make it make sense, you know? Yeah, but it's as much as I try to convince myself, as much as I hear people talk to me about it, it's always makes me feel weird. And again, maybe I just do need to, like, break the cycle, and you know, maybe I need to get, like, arrive on really, really hard times to, like, kind of force you to feel like, yeah, I need to figure out how to get money in line. But yeah, it never. That's something that it shouldn't be a problem, but it is a very big problem in my head. Lone says, I shall comment on the whole a super chat thing during tomorrow's stream, if I remember. Okay. Yeah, what do you call it? To me, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is for the why I feel the way I feel. I think Nong is correct in the sense that most people say, just think of it as a tip. It's, you know, people could say you deserve it. It does. It's not. It doesn't. Yeah. It's the whole, like, deserving thing. It's like, it's not even about that. It's about that you guys shouldn't have to do that, you know? Yeah, I can't find the right word to describe it. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sorry I kind of wound down there at the very end there. I kind of had to quickly stop because I have to do to shower and eat and all these things. But alas, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for putting up with me and my random therapy outbursts and me trying to figure out why my brain is the way it is. I hope you both, all of you, enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully I can see you tomorrow. We'll be streaming at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, as we always do. And we'll be streaming Sun Wukong game. Forgive me if I am not the best gameplay, because I haven't played too much of it this week, and it's always an excuse, but stay lovey. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye, my friends.